fairly caught up.
Okay, and it's 4 days later. It's now the 26th of March.
Okay.
Are we still in the colony?
No. You're now in Lagrange 5. Hmm. Which is where side 1 and side 6 are.
Right. So neutral colony and the original. Yeah.
Allied colony, not neutral.
Hmm? I thought side 6 was neutral.
No, they joined the war and remember, they joined the war.
Nah, whatever.
I've watched the trilogy movies like 9 times.
I
know 'em
know.
pretty well.
Yeah. Just. All right. So what are we doing here?
Okay then. I'd like everyone to roll me poison acrobatics.
Boys.
That was a 12.
Let's get a
Oh boy.
5 critical failure. That's what you got, not me. I didn't get. And I managed to roll a 4. 2 successes.
2 successes.
3 failures.
3 failures. Okay, and let me think.
That's
I'm
8
just-
failures for me, by the way.
No, critical failure is its own category.
Yeah.
Something particularly bad happens. You all hear music.
Is it jazz?
No. It's like from 4 days ago.
Oh.
Matcher had the bright idea of as team bonding, learning how to waltz.
Oh. Okay.
Matro, you're dancing with courage. You keep stepping on her toes. As you're going round and round.
I mean, if we're in 0G, at least that doesn't hurt. It's just super awkward.
I don't know. In Gundam, we see people walk like regularly. Like they do a normal walk.
Are you using like our magnetic boots for this?
Oh, that would really hurt.
You keep saying her wince.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just like every few seconds. Sorry. 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 Sorry.
Pretty much.
Until Matro, you step in front of her foot this time, and she goes Courage goes tumbling down into the floor, face first. Oh.
Sorry.
Halava, how many failures did you get?
3.
Faust, how many successes did you get?
2.
It's not going great with you two. Halava, how tall are you again?
Halba, I would say, Faust is like 5 foot, correct?
Not 5 foot.
5'8".
Oh, 5'8".
That's what I remember.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, she's 5'8".
Okay, Halva is like 6 inches taller than... Oh, not that tall, like about 4 inches.
Yeah, Faust, you are leading again, because of course you are. Because
Yeah.
it's not right for someone lower rank to be leading. That's not how this works.
Or more so, he's probably that bad at waltzing.
Yeah, problem is, you basically are throwing Halava around. It's that bad.
All right, Faust is just like throwing this guy who's 4 inches taller than her around as she's leading him across the fucking, I guess, their own little ballroom floor, which is probably like some storage hold in the middle of the ship. And she's just saying, Helva, Helva, do you intend me to keep throwing you around, or are you going to actually begin waltzing?
Yeah, Boss, it's kind of tiring.
Yeah,
I'm-
she's very like, Jesus Christ, dude. That's like her expression is like, come on, man. If you're able to pilot a mobile suit, this shouldn't be that hard. But then again, Faust is a once in a lifetime genius that you are lucky to meet even once. So,
It's so humble too.
honored.
and so humble. Yeah.
Listen, you try dancing on the moon. I've never done this before. Why are we trying to move this thing with our legs? And then he's
Because that is what our because that is what our commander ordered us to do for team building. He responds while kind of like shooting a glance at Nacho, who's just
I'm probably
royally
trying to give like
fucking-
Courage a hand up, and Courage is like,
and you guys just are like falling over.
yeah, pretty much.
And Faust lets out a slightly annoyed sigh. And she kind of like brings Holiva to a stop and says, Lieutenant, I'm not going to question your orders, but what exactly is the purpose of this?
Team building.
Well, Faust believes there are different ways for team building rather than waltzing.
Yeah, this waltz sure feels endless to me.
God.
It's terrible.
The Wing Gundam Zero flies by, and we all look out the window like, what the fuck was that?
We have Gundams like those?
We have Gundams like those, and it flows through a colony. It's like, oh my god! International incident, or well, Earth Sphere National, I don't know what you'd call it, incident.
It is international because there's more than one nation.
True. But yeah. Yeah, no, Faust has brought Oliver to a stop so he can stop being tossed around. He probably lets him go, and I don't know if they're still in gravity or whatever, just kind of sends him hurtling off somewhere.
Gently floating towards the wall. It's not a big room. It's big enough.
Faust has counted you have stepped on Courage's toes about 25 different times this entire session.
I'll wince at that. It's like, Courage, I owe you a drink or something. My apologies.
She's down on her. She's still sitting, rubbing her toes.
Her toes are absolutely like pulverized.
It's a good thing Matro's not a particularly big guy.
How tall are you again?
Like 5'10"?
Courage is taller than you.
Yeah. I guess maybe we should should follow Faust and Halva's example and have Courage lead in the future.
That's right. The women rule this. The woman command this squad. Don't get it twisted.
I mean, in terms of like performance so far, yeah, a little bit.
So, Faust just kind of sigh. Well, she doesn't sigh. She already sighed. So she's going to walk over to the little radio, I presume, that's playing the classical waltz music, and just kind of presses pause on it or stop.
Yeah. It's Courage's. Who else would have this?
Yeah, she picks it up and I guess tosses it to Courage via gravity, so she doesn't just chuck it. And Faust says, besides, Faust believes there's something we're supposed to be doing soon enough.
That is true. Cargo inspections in Lagrange 5.
Yay!
Get out your clipboards.
Man, you mean
Oh,
the drudgery of like basic ass paperwork and inspections?
No,
I love
you
it.
are doing surprise inspections of other people's cargo.
Ah, it warms the cockles of my cold, fucking policy loving heart.
All
Gotta make
right, we're
sure
here
no one's
for
smuggling anything.
Yeah.
Side
yeah.
side one is a side one and side six are black market hotspots, don't you know?
Mm.
Hmm.
Because you can bring things into side six that you can't bring into the Federation proper.
Right.
Yep, so you're
Makes
supposed to
sense.
fly around, see if you can find any cargo ships, stop them, look around while all have their manifests in hand, and see if anything's amiss. Pretty simple.
And if they are, we blow them up.
No, you find them into the ground.
Okay.
If they resist, then you blow them up.
Yeah. All right. So Faust opens the door. Hey, this thing. Oh. The camper fucking like bursts out of the ship. It's like oh.
Well, that would be bad.
Faust opens the door to their little room that they're in, and she says, "I believe it is time for us." Faust believes it is time for us to inspect cargo shipments, and she kind of exits the room.
Oh, may as well get ready the sortie, I suppose. I
Imagine
will.
being like some. Imagine being some like space trucker, and you get stopped not by like a gym, but by a Gundam with like a giant cannon mounted on it,
Alt.
like pointing right at your fucking window. Like you are
I'm
being
gonna
ordered
forget.
to take off.
You're like a cop on traffic duty, so instead of having your beam saber, you just got a flashlight with one of those cones on the end of it. But Gundam sized. Please pull over to the side.
Please pull over to the side. We need to make sure. Please step out of the vehicle.
License and registration, please.
I'd like someone to roll me a d6 for narrative points.
All right, let's roll. Yeah, 5.
5 it is. Ah, it's been a couple days since last episode. How's everybody feeling?
I'm still at -0, so I'm feeling bad.
I'm feeling. I'm at 4 actually, so I'm okay-ish.
Mine
Could be
too,
doing
so
Oh my!
I'm a little bit
What's gonna? What will bring us to our breaking point? Combat or or cargo inspections?
a mild annoyance of bureaucracy.
Oh, the horror!
you
I feel like
realize
the
you
most
filled out.
normal thing Matro's done for months, because I feel this is probably like a significant part of his like pre-war career.
Yes, it is exactly this.
All right. So into her normal suit, Faust goes. Swing on over to the hangar, or we'll float on over to the hangar. Pop that cockpit open and hop inside.
Yeah.
Felix, before she gets in, she kind of looks at the Gundam with these eyes, these sad eyes that says, "You are not made for this. You were made to do things better." But I guess that's post-war, and she enters the cockpit.
Like using a racehorse to drag a cart.
Yeah.
Hey. You do what the Federation and military tells you to do.
God, I can't wait to defect to the A.
This is part of your job.
All right, let's do it. Oh my God, the Gundam is a ticket made up.
No,
Do you know why?
I'm
Do you know
so
why
happy
I
with.
pulled you? Do you know why I pulled you over? It's pointing the fucking beam rifle at them.
Matcher, how do you feel? This is a return to form for you.
Honestly, probably a little relieved because like the last,
And
especially
like,
like 4 days ago, that was deeply outside Matro's wheelhouse and something he was not prepared nor comfortable with.
Oh, okay. Wait, no, that's So did Calava and Macho learn about Faust and Courage's little infiltration back into the mansion?
they would have to in the after action reports. You would have had to write about that.
How are our comrades feeling about the two girl bosses decapitating one man and blowing the brains out of another before stealing their clothes and dumping them behind the bushes?
I mean, you guys are disconcertingly effective. I feel that is, Matro's attitude on it. Well done, but also, oh geez,
You did what to a guy?
Is
yeah, that's pretty much the runs the gamut of his response to all that.
excuse me?
What, you used the sword?
Yes.
Like in
I
that
owe
room?
Courage an apology about the sword.
It was not stupid. Probably the only one on the ship with an actually sharp sword.
Yeah, probably. I'm not even sure if Matro has one. If it was, it'd be like buried at the bottom of a footlocker.
You have, yeah, it's for ceremonial purposes. You've probably only used it once. Yeah, but like, Lagrange Fire is actually really safe. Side 1 during the war was cleared of the Zeeks pretty quickly, and Side 6 never had Zeeks. So there's no shell zones over here, because they retreated from Side 1 pretty quickly. And yeah, things are a lot more normal in Lagrange 5 right now. It's probably the most
Well,
normal part of space at the moment.
hey,
We're,
look.
we're just expecting standard like
Yeah,
illicit
like
cargoes, not somebody
y-
shipping mobile suit parts or munitions. Then,
only
or
if you are unusually unlucky.
okay,
I'm sure that would never happen to us. And with our totally normal complement of a Gundam and 3 gyms, that would never happen.
3 gyms and like a third of a Gilgoog, I think.
Yeah, that's also true.
2.5
nothing
gems.
bad, nothing bad will ever happen in this cargo inspection. All right, so let's get to inspecting cargo, I suppose. Uh,
Yep.
is there like a
Okay.
colony? Are we just like just hanging out in some space, just kind of floating there, waiting for a ship to pass
You
by?
are you are like right outside of Side 6 airspace.
Okay,
Because Side 6 is legally not your jurisdiction.
right.
You are allowed to pass through it. You are not allowed to stop people in it.
What happens if we try and stop someone and they like break through into Side Six's airspace?
You have to stop.
Hmm. And do
Mm,
we have like
mm.
any coordination with like
Like you
security
like what?
forces on that
Like what?
colony, or is it like if they get past us, haha, they're scot free?
More like, so imagine like this. That's like sort of like crossing state lines. Like, you could technically go over there, but like you have zero jurisdiction inside 6. Like
Right.
once they're inside there, they don't have to listen to you anymore.
The
Yeah.
best we can really do is like phone the guys at Side 6 and be like, hey, I think they have like terrorist parts in there. You might want to handle that.
Yeah, that's
Or
kind of
check.
what I was wondering, like what our relationship, if any, with the like side 6 security would be, or what they
Or
even
patrol
have for them.
it's nice.
Uh-oh, looks like this ship is somehow being pulled slightly out of sight of Lagrange 5's gravity. I wonder who could be doing that. You just
That'd be.
push them out, and now we have jurisdiction.
You just grab them. So like they're like, okay, guys, just a bit further. We're gonna make it into sight, and then you just grab. They just feel the mobile suits grab onto the ship and start dragging them back.
I mean, yeah,
You're not going anywhere. All right, all right. So, what next, Mr. GM?
Yeah, so you all sorted. You're the flight control officer. Uh Chief Petty Officer, I don't have a name for him. Uh
Right.
Generico Carica.
So true. All right. All right. Yeah, we can go with that.
Yeah, is just reminds you about how jurisdictions work. You're at the state of your mission, just you do a surprise inspection, take a look around. They're also sending shuttles out to do the same. You all know that you are not the only ship doing this. There are currently 15 other Salamuses in the area also doing the exact same job.
Mm,
okay, Jesus,
Hey, you're a skirmisher formation. Spreading out is like what you're good at.
makes sense.
It's mostly because last month they found there's a massive shipment of helium-3 that was stolen, and
just
and then later
lots of.
showed up inside 6. Not good. So they're cracking down on smuggling right now.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, Matcher, how do you want to do this? You have a MS team to inspect ships. You probably won't see combat. Gotta keep them together, spread out some more.
Probably spread out in a chain so that it's like nobody's like more than long each other, because I'm presuming we're trying to cover a pretty wide expanse, and then if we have like if we go to interdict a ship, it should probably be one suit to like do the inspection, one to cover if either in case there's hidden weapons, or if it's like going to make a run for it to try and blow out the engine block. So probably like an extended skirmish line in our pairs, like we normally do for like with wingmen paired off.
Okay then. So Matcher, you're with Courage, Chalava and Foster together. You see a civilian Columbus class as a transport ship, just sort of going along. That is the first thing you spot. Rather easily, there is no Minovsky interference.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'll hail them and order them, or I'll say order to heave to prepare for inspection by Earth Federation Space Forces to confirm that their manifest lines up with the cargo actually being carried.
Yeah, if you see a very old gentleman in overalls, wearing a ship captain's hat. Just pretty regular stuff. Yeah, I assume you said your name.
Yeah, I'll introduce myself as Lieutenant Matro Nash and order them to Did heave to? I can't remember what the actual nomenclature for telling a ship to stop is, but can't
You're
quite
in
say pull over
space.
to the side.
Halt.
Avoid traffic.
Yep. So the old gentleman on the line says, "Sure thing, Lieutenant. We'll be waiting in our current position." It starts to slow down and halt.
I will close and then get courage to follow behind and take a position behind this ship in case it needs to be stopped for any reason.
Yes, sir. She goes over to behind the ship. Fripp, are you aware of how a Columbus class works?
It's a big old box, isn't it?
Yes. You can actually convert them to be a mobile suit carrier.
Yeah, because it isn't Thunderbolt two Columbuses like stacked, one flipped on top of the other.
Yes,
It's
yes, it
not-
is.
Yeah, I remember the occasional thing. So this is
Yep,
this is gonna
so
be a big ass ship to search.
yeah, it is. You're really relying on the surprise factor.
Makes sense.
Gotta hit him with
Oh,
a. Ooh.
Faust, you see Matro and Courage go over to this Columbus class.
Okay.
Gonna do anything?
What's Courage doing?
Um, go. She's currently behind the ship.
All right.
Her
So
weapon is current.
I assume Matro is doing the searching, and Courage is like going, or well, making sure the ship doesn't try and do anything, like break for it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you see Matro go into the starboard bay, which is same. So the big flaps open up, and you see the gym go inside.
Okay. Uh, well, I'm going to leave that for for Mash and Courage to do. I'm going to be keeping a because if we just she's pretty sure that two mobile suits is more than enough for a ship search. So she's going to keep her eye out for any other ships that are passing by and, halt them and search them.
Very well then. Matro, you get inside the loading bay of the ship. For you see there's shuttles. There's two of them. You sort of need two shuttles for like repair work outside the ship. Um, the hangar repressurizes, and you see some of these merchant and marine types get out into the hangar because it's now repressurized.
All right. Do any of them look to be like officers or anyone in charge? Is it just
Remember,
crewmen?
these are civilians. They don't actually have uniforms.
No, fair enough. I just didn't know if there was one who looked like he was taking the lead or anything like that. Yeah, I will exit my bubble suit, close the hatch behind myself, and head down to the deck level.
Yep, there some merchants greet you. Woman with black hair or with a clipboard. She hands it to you. These are the manifests.
Take a look at it. What sort of cargo is this ship allegedly carrying?
Um, Mostly titanium.
Right.
It's slated for the Public Colony Corporation. Like, yeah, that's pretty typical. There's also other like doodads, like some mechanical stuff that they picked
And
up as well.
whatchamacallits and
Huh?
doohickeys and a bunch
Yeah,
of whatchamacallits and doohickeys
yeah,
and
like stuff like colony elevators. Not very exciting cargo, but vital all the same.
Makes sense. Based on the size of the Columbus and like what's all on this shipping manifest, how long do I expect it would take to properly inspect this by, going popping hatches and sticking my head in uh, compartments and things like that?
Oh, if you wanted from head to toe, quite a while.
Yeah. Well, I'll start with just a random inspection of like a few of them, and I'll probably check out the shuttlecraft as well. Those will be the ones I'll search more thoroughly.
Okay then.
'Cause I think it's
Uh,
impractical to check anymore. Does manifest say where is this coming direct from Earth, or is this a
I'll have the
um
belt.
belt?
Yeah,
Okay,
mind in the belt brought over here.
makes sense. I don't happen to recognize this shit by any chance.
No.
Okay.
You can use your computer to look it up if you'd like,
Sure.
or
See if
or you
it's
can also ask.
I might look it up just so that I don't have to rely on their opinions. I'm going to see if this ship's ever been like flagged for anything before.
It looks pretty new.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just part of the problem is it's not like we have internet here. It's space 1980 and like long distance data transmission is difficult. So I suppose there's not really much for me to cross reference this with, is there?
Well, like you have your friend or foe identification system on your computer. It's like you have a database of like ships in the Earth Federation forces.
Fair enough. Well, I'll take a look and see if I have if there's any information there. I don't know if that's a
Nope, you just enter the name into the computer and it tells you some info. This ship was recently decommissioned 2 months ago for military service. Actually, discharged is the right word.
okay.
Because this is a supply. This was previously like a transport ship for
Yeah.
supplies and troops. So nothing too out of the ordinary. Took part in the battle of like Loom in Side 4.
Okay. What was the name of the ship?
I don't have a name. I didn't say
Ah,
it.
okay. I thought I just missed a detail. That's my bad.
No, I don't want to do what I had
Nope.
to do 3 weeks ago. Don't worry. It's not the name is not important. So let's just
Okay,
put it that way.
no problem.
This is some miscellaneous cargo ship.
Cargo ship number one. Fine by me. All right.
Save me the effort.
No, that's all good. Having probably conducted like several dozen of these inspections over the course of his career, I don't know if Matro would have searched any Columbuses or not, technically, because this being a military ship that's been like mustered out. But would any of my previous experience give me like, if I was hiding contraband on this ship, where would I look? Sort of
And
knowledge.
I for knowledge like that, I saw you keen investigate +3.
Plus three. Okay, just a second. See that up. Ooh, that's a decent roll. Maybe if my number lock was working. 1 second. All right, I A9 rolled a 4, but my keyboard was not cooperating. There we go. 6 success on that then.
6 successes. So The hard way is you look at every single piece of cargo. That, however, takes forever. You can, if you usually pick one at random on every single level of crate level, and on every single stand, you usually have a pretty good sample. See if they're doing something shady. From your personal experience, a great play is to hide shit is with other shit. So you probably end up needing to move around the cargo, take it out, see, like, empty the box to see everything inside of it instead of just seeing what's on the surface.
Yeah.
Since you are a lieutenant, a great place for smuggling stuff is inside vents and behind panels that only you would have access to. Unless you, I don't think you want to go inside their kitchens and such, so you're probably going to be stuck doing this at the hangar. But
Yeah. Makes sense. So yeah, some checking behind like basically different fixtures on the ship rather than going through the cargo itself to look for where stuff may or may not be hidden. So makes sense.
yep. So what other myth do you ask to like see behind some panels, and they, what the word, oblige you? Oh, oh, bit miffed for stopping their journey on the last leg of all things. And you don't find anything. Everything seems to be above board.
All right. I don't have any particular reason to suspect this ship. But yeah, if it passes kind of my cursory inspection and everything seems to line up on the manifest, probably just finish up and send them on their way. Wish them best of luck on the last stage of their trip. Move on to the next.
Oh, and you give the woman back the compasses. Have a nice day, Lieutenant.
It's gonna be like Papers, Please. If we if we were just gonna get like a
All right,
little
to
ticket
Throatska.
print. They're gonna get a little ticket printed out in our mobile suit cockpit of like, you fucked up.
Oh, you know the mobile suit cockpit has a fax machine.
Yeah, it's like a little fax machine printer.
Yeah, makes sense.
A return to form.
Just like the good old days before 9/11. Just like the good old days before January 3rd.
Also, the quote is on after 9/11. I want to get it right.
I know. I know. It's the line. Just like the good old days after 9/11. That gives me an idea, though, for a fucking Gundam antagonist. Like, just like the good old days after January 3rd.
After the laws incident.
Like the good old days after the laws incident.
Oh
Fucking
god,
child
imagine how
brain in
much
jars.
bank PMC's made in the Universal Century.
A lot. There's a whole manga actually about PMCs during the 1 Year War.
Anyways, Faust, you also see a Columbus, not a Columbus class. You just see a transport ship. It's
A regular
it's an old one. It's so
old one.
old. It's using hydrogen and boosters.
Gross. Kidding.
Shit's
I don't know.
vintage.
This shit is like a fucking 1940s Cadillac. All right. Okay. Let's go and give him a good old stop. I guess we both. I motion Halva to follow me, and we, move up to the ship, and I say over to comms. This is Lieutenant Faust Goethel. This is Junior Lieutenant Faust Goetheles of the Earth Federation. You're being stopped for a random search before you enter Site 6 airspace. Something like that.
Understood, Lieutenant.
What's this guy look like?
40s. He's just some guy.
Alright. I'm going. Alright. So, Helva, what's your Helva, what's your king stat at?
Say that again.
What's your king stat at?
My what's that?
Keen.
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 Oh, 3.
Okay, and your investigate
Yeah.
also at 3.
Yeah, it's also on 3.
Alright. Let me check my stats real quick. I got 5 in keen, and my investigate's that. Alright, guess I'm going in. Faust just says Halva, keep an eye on the ship, and she's going to go and inspect the cargo.
Alright, stay safe. Don't get shot. His stream
These
gives a
fucking
thumbs up.
these poor workers just seeing this Gundam walk in.
Yep. So you enter you enter from the top of the ship because that's where the cargo, the bays open up and it gets repressurized. Voss, the moment you
Okay.
open your cockpit, you notice people gawking at the mobile suit.
Faust steps out, and they're staring at it like, "Oh my god, that's a Gundam!" And she just makes her. I suppose she doesn't have the man. She's gonna have to ask for the manifest.
You see this guy rifle into his back pocket, give you a crumpled piece, like sheet of paper. It's been folded in half.
She glances at him and looks at the paper and takes it and unfolds it and takes a look at it.
They're currently transporting uh weapons actually. The buyer
What
is
kind of?
the 100 millimeter rounds for mobile suit machine guns.
Okay, and who is the purchaser of these?
The RIA Self Defense Force.
The Ria Self Defense Force. Okay. They have mobile suits, right?
Yeah, they not yet. They just started buying gyms from the Federation. Actually,
Okay. Hmm. The Federation or for Anaheim?
no, I said gym. Anaheim doesn't make gyms.
Right, right. So, all right. If there's okay, so how am I gonna do this? Just considering they're moving weapons, bullets for mobile suits, I think Faust going to get back into her Gundam, kind of, I guess, take a look at the cargo, see if it matches up with the the cargo listed on the manifest.
Yeah, it's mostly 100 millimeter mobile suit machine guns developed by Yashima Heavy Industries and their associated rounds. When you look at all of the cargo crates and then you cross-reference with what you have the amount on the manifest, I'd like you to roll keen and investigate for me.
Keen and investigate. Cool. Very good. I got a 3. So 7 successes.
7 successes. Yeah. The cargo roughly matches up with what everything should have on the manifests.
All right. I'm going to take a look around the hangar one more time.
If you when
See,
you take a look around the hangar, what do you want to do specifically? They have a shuttle there. Do you want to
shuttle.
take a
Okay.
look inside a bot, one of the crates, uh, disgorge it of its contents, inspect it, look around the
Yeah.
hallway? What do you
Let's
want to do?
like yeah. She's gonna inspect one of the crates more closely, just in case. Then maybe inspect that vessel they have in there, which is probably a ship transport to get these goods out into the colony. But
No, it's usually not used for that.
well,
It's
yeah, it's more probably like I don't know, personnel or something.
yeah, minor personnel movement, repair teams, that sort of thing.
Right. So let's go investigate this crate.
Yep. So you look around you and you see just groups of sailors just sort of like standing about. You can't exactly get this thing opened and closed in any normal amount of time all on your own.
All right, and the ship is just some regular ass ship.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
it's just old. The only the
everything seems in line. So that's about it.
yeah,
It'll be
from
up to the. It'll be up to the. It's weird. Well, it makes sense that this independent colony, right, would
right.
purchase mobile suits for themselves. So she is going to conclude her inspection, get out the hangar, and give them the go ahead.
Okay then. There you see the person handing you the manifest, just sort of like standing around the Gundam, waiting for you to be done.
Oh, right. Yeah, I open the cockpit and I just go over to him and I hand him the manifest and I say, "The inspection is complete. You may move on." Floats back up to the Gundam and gets inside and flies out.
Also, those are
Yeah.
some brave crews. What are you hauling? Ammunition. What are you using for fuel? Oh, just pure hydrogen. That's safe. A
That's
giant
perfect.
flying bomb.
Well, if anything, if anything. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right.
Like
Before I leave, I'm gonna take a good look at this guy's face. The guy who handed me the manifest. See if there's anything suspicious about him. Anything suspect, like Among
uh
Us.
he's just some guy.
All
He's,
right. If you're terrorists, then you can. That's side six's problem. Bye. And she doesn't say that out loud. She just like hands him the paper, looks at him for a bit, gets back into the Gundam, tells them to that she's about to exit the hangar, flies out. Salva gives him the go ahead that nothing suspicious was found on the ship, and to wave him through.
Alright, Halava quite literally pats the ship good to go. No bullet holes?
Just don't.
Dunk dunk. Yeah, he
another
pats them
round.
good to go and then like waves them off.
They go on their merry way into side six.
The colony hangar, the colony dock didn't blow up. Like, oh.
Yeah, Courage and Makarov come over to rejoin you, and Courage asks you, Lost, find anything interesting?
It seems independent nations are now getting a hold of their own mobile suits for self-defense. Although that ship wasn't exactly the best to move that cargo, but well, that'll be the side six's problem if an accident occurs.
What were they carrying?
Mobile suits, ammunition, and rifles.
Huh.
As far as Faustus is aware, Side 6 has begun purchasing mobile suits of their own for self-defense. Gyms, to be exact.
It's not like they can buy Zaku's anymore.
That is correct. And she, I guess, keeps an eye out now for more ships to inspect.
Okay then. You guys see a Jupitrus coming your way. Shit's
Ju-
massive.
What the fuck is a Jupiter's class doing over here? That's gonna take like forever to inspect.
I mean, there's no way Jupiter's class is suspicious. It's from Jupiter. Nobody's going to false flag one of those. Alright,
We
better safe
gotta,
than sorry.
right? Yeah. Yeah, we gotta. Part of
Hall,
our job. We're all gonna have to inspect this ship, like, individually.
Oliver rolls his eyes and then he opens comms and waves them down.
You see a man in an Earth Federation military uniform.
Oh, he sort of like adjusts himself.
It's a
Make
commander.
sure you salute.
Yeah, he salutes. CPO Holloway.
Can I ask what you're doing, Chief?
Standard inspection. We're the MS team for the Rio de Janeiro.
Yes.
Yeah, Rio de
Yes.
Janeiro.
De Janeiro. We're the we're the MS team for the Rio de Janeiro. We're on inspection duty today, making sure everything that gets in and out of Site 6 is up to code.
Oh. I didn't hear anything about surprise inspections, but I guess you could come aboard.
Well,
We'll pull over.
if you heard anything about them, they won't be a surprise, would they?
I suppose you're right.
Alright, thank you for your cooperation, sir. And he gives another
Salutes.
salute, signs off. Oh my god, this thing's gonna take ages. Alright, how about two of us get the back, two of us get the front? Sound good, y'all?
Gus has no problem with it.
That's yeah. I'm trying to think here. My only concern is if something's wrong, then none of us are in our suits, and that could be a problem.
How many mobile suit pilots do you think they have? Come on.
Enough?
None. Who the hell would put mobile suits on a Jupitrus for combat duty?
Whoever needs
Same
to check
person.
the tanks can probably do so from the outside. Sorry, by the way.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. Somebody do like an exterior inspection. Ah,
But who? Macho, it's your decision to make.
yeah. I'll probably send Courage to do that. To be honest.
I guess get rid of PC, of course, of course.
Yeah, so that's the lazy answer, but I figured that was probably easiest.
She says, yes, sir. Cuts the line. You see her immediately go off to go take a look. The three
Right,
of
let's
you
keep
are
going.
allowed into the hangar.
The three of us, so Courage is doing the.
Courage is doing the exterior. It sounds like.
All right, let's go inside.
Oh
It's
boy.
massive. This thing's like a mile long.
This is gonna take a billion years. All right, let's get this over with.
Macho, the first thing you notice, these are not civilians.
Yeah.
I assume they are military.
Is it
assu-
usual for the Jupitruses to be under direct control of the military?
No, not at all, actually.
Okay. I will make a
Very
note.
unusual.
Yeah, once I have the my suit decked and exit, I will probably bring that up with the officer on deck. Yeah, I'll get my gym parked and do the same thing again. I'll secure the hatch behind me and head down to the deck level.
Okay. So, you are greeted by a man with purple hair. Federation uniform. It's a commander. So a senior officer.
I will salute.
Salutes
Purple
back.
hair. It's Garmazabi in disguise. Kill him.
And I'll introduce myself as Lieutenant Matronash of the Rio team. I wasn't expecting to see Jupiter's under military control.
Well, we're usually doing runs to and from Jupiter. Commander Shirako.
Ah,
And do the manifests.
great. Yeah, what does it look like? So on the cargo for this, I'm assuming a big old stash of helium-3.
No, actually, they've according to manifest, they have already disgorged their helium-3 at side 1.
Okay.
They're going to, however, they have taken mobile suits from side 1 on production plans and transporting them over to side 6. And when they get there, they are planning on purchasing food for the return trip.
Okay. Like, so they're moving mobile suits from one side to the other. Was that me tracking that correct?
Yeah, that's what they currently have.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll conduct our inspection of the cargo and make sure everything lines up. Is it like a bunch of gyms they've got, or
Yes.
we'll try and get this inspection conducted as quickly as possible, Commander, and let you be on your way. I will motion for Halva and Faust to join me in getting this search started.
All right, let's start searching.
Oliver's going to nudge Matru in the side real quick.
Yes?
Sorry, Lieutenant. Should I do a background check on his information?
Sure.
Alright, it shouldn't be more than a sec. I'll be down to help y'all. He says as he just goes back to his gym.
All right. I guess it's up to Faust and Metro to start the inspection.
Yep. So you are led to what's the word? The supply holds to where they're keeping the gyms currently by an ensign.
Right. Okay. Suppose we enter the hold and there's gyms in here, you said?
Hmm?
There's gyms in here?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's start inspecting them, I suppose, see if there's anything suspicious about these gyms, despite the fact there are gyms in a Jupiter class, which I suppose isn't that. I mean, it's weird, but considering the fact the Jupiter Energy Fleet, which mostly has these ships, recently got attacked by Xeon remnants, it kind of makes sense for them to maybe start giving them a security detail for the entire trip. So, do you want me to roll keen and investigate?
Yes, please. Feel free.
Probably leave the actual investigating of the suits to Faust, and Matra will do his
6
standard stuff.
successes.
Yep, you take a look around the suits. They're new model gyms, actually.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Which ones specifically?
they're Gym C's.
Oh, Faust. Like nods to herself. Hmm. Jim sees. Where trying to find the art for the Jim sees?
I was already had a. Oh my.
Oh. Right. Okay. So these are Stardust Gyms. So yeah, Faust nods to herself. Latest models. Is anybody near her? One of the guys on the ship?
Yep, the ensign who is leading around the supply hole says, "Yeah,
Faust suppose this is to protect the ship, considering the recent attack on the energy fleet from Xeon.
no, Rhea just bought some. We happened to be coming by, so they told us to go transfer.
What did he just say?
These are for the Rhea self-defense forces. We were just happened to be by when they were ready to be shipped.
Interesting. Makes sense considering I just inspected the ship that held the weapons for these gyms. I see. That would explain my previous inspection. Faust, I guess, notes that down in her clipboard if they have any. Get out your clipboards, get your hard
Yep.
hats on, and your.
Aboard there are 30 of these suckers.
I assume that's more than accounted for
Yep,
the
it
ammunition.
seems about right.
Okay. So Faust nods to herself.
However, this is that's a lot of gyms. That's like a
Yeah,
battalion's worth.
well, this is for the self-defense force. I assume a battalion isn't that unheard of for, colony defense.
Yeah, but
Uh,
to fight who though?
hmm. Should I? Hmm. Big funk. Big funk.
This seems like a really odd time to be buying weapons.
Right, yeah. Okay. And Faust looks to the lieutenant again. Any idea why the
Ensign.
side six is the ensign? Any clue as to why side six needs this many gyms? Like the latest model too?
Oh, apparently, like these were supposed to be scrapped at bargain value, I guess.
That's strange, considering they're newer models. I don't know why they'd be scrapped.
Wait, you don't actually know why they were scrapped?
No, I don't. I don't fucking.
No, no,
Okay, wait.
no. You
Not
you
Faust.
you
I'm sure Faust
sloppy.
would. I don't know personally. I thought you said these were the latest models.
Like you do know like after World War II, like the United States Navy like scrapped pretty much all of its ships, even like the brand new ones.
Oh, for like demilitarization.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So they're selling off the bulk to. Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense. It's like I'm bringing up Muzzlov again. After the U.S. kind of moved on from the F4 Phantom and the F-14, they would sell the ones that they didn't like, melt
Need
or whatever. To
anymore.
different. Yeah, they would sell the ones they didn't need anymore to nations like Africa and shit. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, then that makes sense. Yeah, also suppose it's part of the Federation's gradual demilitarization. Though,
Yes.
I wonder what they could be. I wonder what the colony was expecting to go up against to need this many mobile suits.
This sim.
This soon after the war. Faust looks to the ensign.
Hell if I
You,
know.
you said you were asked to deliver these because you happened to be there when they were going to be shipped?
Yeah.
I see. Was your ship originally assigned to deliver these gems?
No. We originally left Jupiter almost a year ago, actually.
I see. It must have been a long trip.
You tell me about it. Ma'am, have you ever gone to a patrol around Jupiter?
The lieutenant, she motions to Matro. That's what he was doing before the war.
It's pretty boring out there. I'll be all pretty honest.
Well, makes sense. Nobody truly wishes to harm the enemy, considering how important it was. It is, until recently, that is. Alright, thank you for the
Yeah.
information, Ensign. I'll go report this to the lieutenant. He goes over to Matro.
He salutes as you leave.
She returns the salute. Lieutenant,
Go ahead.
he's in the same header as we are, right? he sees the gyms.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
figure while you were inspecting the suits, I'd be like checking all the standard hidey holes for contraband. I figured leaving the suits to Faust was wisest.
Yeah. Yeah. Matro? Found a massive box of pornography. Not exactly what you're looking for, but this is a military ship. And that's contraband.
It is. On the other hand, these poor bastards are heading another year out into the belt. And be another year back after that. I don't want to be that like martinet who like flags
That guy.
that. Yeah. I'll like catch the eye of the nearest available crewman
A
and
leading
like
crewman.
and it's like because it's I guess it's contraband because it's not allowed, but it's like this is a pretty cursory search, and I found that already. It's like you
Yeah, you
guys
found
need
it
to
in
do.
a vent.
It's like you need to do a better job of hiding this sort of stuff. But on the other hand, I'm glad that it's nothing more serious.
Like drugs or bombs or I don't know. So, Nacho, Faust, walks up to Nacho as he's like looking at these poor magazines that he has in this hidey hole. Like, he's not gonna, say about the poor magazines. Lieutenant, it appears the colony of Side 6 is purchasing a whole battalion's worth of gems that the Federation has sold off. Matches up with the inspection I did just before this one, considering they were delivering the weapons and ammunition. However, the ship was not supposed to be was not originally intended to deliver these suits. They were asked to because they happened to be in the same place where the suits were getting shipped out.
Hmm. Seems somewhat unusual. Also, does it seem as odd to Matra that like this colony, which is allied to their federation, is like arming up at this time? Now that like
That is up
theoretically there
for
should be a bit of a
you to
peace dividend
decide.
going on. Oh,
That's
sorry.
for you to decide.
I mean, because this is a safe region of space, right? We're not. This is far from
Yeah.
any shoal zones, far from anything like. That seems
It's really weird. Yeah.
very strange to Matra.
There
What
was
do I
some
know about like?
there was some fighting during the war, but like the war's over, so
Yeah, and also like, why should they be? If they need military aid, that's what the Federation should be here for, not like them arming themselves as independent seems very
Suspicious.
yeah, well, just disconcerting. Even if it's not suspicious, like this is a bad sign. This is a sign of like not good things to come.
All right. Well, we found porn, so we're gonna have to decommission the whole ship.
I'll just
Yeah,
push that box back to the side in the air vent.
I'm just imagining Floss looking down and like dead faced.
This, yeah, like a completely deadpan, just looking at this giant fucking box of like just pornography.
Big titties.
Max was probably
Yes.
just like smoking cigarettes and like searching through all
It's
these
like
hidey holes, and like anything too innocuous he's not going to worry about. Like if he finds anything on the level of, cigarettes, booze, or porn, he's really not going to get concerned about.
it's like fucking it's like a what it, like it's like different characters from different Gundam series with their like faces blocked out for like copyright or whatever. Like, just like mere
A nice
cam or
animation
some shit.
Easter egg.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay then.
That's funny. Um, the ensign didn't happen to mention who like gave the orders for this ship to deliver these suits by any chance, did they?
Floss did not ask.
I didn't ask. You can ask him yourself if you'd like.
Might be worth looking into.
Nods. And
Uh,
off we go.
yeah, if I find an opportunity while we're searching through other areas of the ship, I will ask like the next crewman next officer, I guess, that I see, like
Yep.
query them on that exact question.
Do you see a warrant officer passing by?
I'll like wave them over.
Tackle
You
into
see
the ground.
You see them skit. You see them put their hand on the wall that they were floating by past, push on it backwards, catch a ledge. Did you need something, sir?
Just wondering who gave the orders for this ship to transport these mobile suits. It's unusual enough for a Jupiter to be under military command, even stranger for a military ship to be, countermounted to use as a run weapons for non-Earth Federation forces.
Admiral Cohen.
That a I'm terrible with names. Is that a name that rings any bells?
Okay, so maybe not to Matro. However, outside of that, he is currently Blex's boss.
Oh.
And
Wait,
if
what's this dude's name again?
call Admiral Cohen, if things had panned out differently in Stardust Memory, he'd be leading the AUG.
Ah,
Oh. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to him in about 3 years.
interesting.
Known reformist.
I'm sure nothing bad.
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
somebody's like hedging their bets in
Uh,
case the Earth Federation goes full totalitarian and like make sure there's armed militias around.
There's absolutely no way the Earth Federation could possibly ever go that way. It's impossible.
Yeah, what are they, Zeeks?
that's weird. It's not like they gas a colony for peaceful protest. That's utterly ridiculous.
That's Zeke shit. That's what you all
That's
should know.
That's what the Zeeks do. And if they ever do that, then might as well, I don't know, form some sort of rebellion group against them or some shit. All right, so let's continue. What were we doing again? So there's an Admiral Cohen. Considering Faust has the two in politics, she also probably doesn't know who this guy is.
Yeah, you definitely don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
Yeah,
I guess it's unusual, but there's nothing like immediately suspicious about this. It's like, that seems like this colony is going to be extremely well armed for a neutral force, or I guess
it's not a
allied.
colony. It's for side 6. Side 6 is like 50 colonies.
Okay, 50. Well, that's not so crazy then. I mean, it's still a lot.
But buying this much this soon is kind of
Kind of a little sus.
concerning.
Definitely makes it feel like somebody doesn't have much faith in the piece being maintained.
Yeah.
So, because considering the pace of mobile suit development, I mean, hell, these things carried on how they did during the war. In 6 months, they might have wasted all of that money.
I know these are the latest model of Jim though.
Yeah, but like by the end of the war,
You'll
like
get a few years.
Zaku 2s are feeling pretty long in the tooth.
Well, that out
Just
of
in terms of
character,
pace.
out of character, Frep. Like these things were still like up to snuff for in like 4 years from now. So
Yeah. Well, I guess peacetime, your development cycle just slows right the hell down too. But yeah, interesting.
yeah,
Like
like
Metro has any.
Jim C is pretty good. They'll get good mileage out of these.
I'm a little jealous. They're nicer than what we got. Well, except for Faust.
We currently have.
How do they stack up to a standard gym?
You know, performance isn't that different. The biggest difference is the cost. You can get like for every 4 regular gyms, you can buy an extra Gym C.
Okay, so they're just
Buy
like,
four, get one free.
They did they like what's the word? They got rid of a lot of the teething issues as well.
gotcha. So just like how
It's a streamlined design.
it's like how the later Shermans were like massively cheaper than the early production because you've streamlined. Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Also,
You
the
cut out
gym.
unnecessary stuff.
The gyms are already pretty good, so
I really haven't felt like suit for suit outmatched too terribly yet, so I like it so far.
yeah, and you fought Gelgoogs.
Yeah, and hell, I came from a bald. This is like it's been nothing but up. All right.
Yeah, we go with the old guard, and suddenly you're in a gym too. You're getting your ass beat.
Yeah. 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 Do I find anything other than this like low level contraband that I will like let go with a wink basically because I know how much it sucks being isolated for that long.
You find a case of supplement nutrient supplements commonly found in Jupiter. Weird, but okay.
You
Well,
know,
like it's
I'm
like
sure
if
this.
someone's hiding their protein powder, it's like that's not even contraband. Why are you hiding that?
No, it's contraband because only the Jupiter Energy fleet is allowed to sell it. It
Oh,
shouldn't be here.
okay. That one I'll probably flag just because it's a little outside the norm. Plus, that way it doesn't look like we've wasted our time entirely. So I'll have that one flagged for seizure and I assume destruction.
I assume. Halva, what exactly were you doing again?
Looking up the commander, I believe, on his gym.
Tired?
Sorry, say that again.
What exactly were you doing on your gym?
I
Back
was
to you.
doing a background check on who did you say? What did he say his name was? When
Optimus Scirocco.
okay, he has been spending the past 20 minutes trying to spell that.
I'm sorry, my brain just exploded because I just heard that now.
Yeah, I heard it before, and my immediate thought was I draw my pistol and Matro shoots him 7 times, but I feel that would be
Guys, we have to stop Zeta Gun from happening. We have to kill him. Trust me.
that guy's a jerk.
I don't
Halva,
like him.
your inspection. I'd like you to roll me key attacked and investigate.
Alright. Keen investigate. Let me get this
No,
up.
attack.
Tact investigate, my bad. Oh wait, that's 2d6, my bad.
Right.
I'm using actual dice this time. 2 successes.
2 successes. Yeah. The guy's only 20, and he's already made commander. That's really weird.
What is this guy? Some sort of man from Jupiter?
Ice from Earth. Didn't see any action during the war.
Nerd. Bum ass.
He has spent almost all of his time since getting the commission in Jupiter.
What is he? Some sort of man from Jupiter?
Yeah, courage. Yeah, Fox. Courage pulls out her sword and stabs you.
Alright, so all I know, he's a commander. He's made at 20. I mean, everything seems to be in order here. He doesn't seem suspicious. Kinda looks like an asshole, but that, like, Oliver's keeping that to himself.
I don't. Why did you kill him? I didn't like the way he was looking.
His vibe
Look,
was ferocious.
his vibes were completely off. It had to be done for the sake of the Federation.
EFF's vibes must be maintained, as stated by the regs.
Is his
As
hair...
stated in the regulations. Jared Mesa becomes the commander of the Titans in this new Giran's Greed plotline.
Oh god.
Where
Jared just fails his way along.
where Captain Mako is killed by some fucking inspection, by some random dudes that during inspection of his ship, shot and killed for no reason.
Yeah, then the Macho is court-martialed.
The scene from Double Beta, they have to hide it, so he's like sent back to base, and he's like fucking Oliver and Faust pulling up with the card.
Does he
Alright,
have the same
so
haircut?
He does have the same haircut. He's not as old, though. He's only 20. Also, commander at 20. Definitely.
Yeah, I get made fun of for being fucking
A lieutenant
booty.
at
Oh
24.
shit! No, wait, Faustin. Oh shit! I could actually get some character. Oh fuck!
What?
Wait, hold up. Remember, Faustin's supposed to be a big smarty pants, and he's a big smarty pants. Shit! I'm sure we could do something.
Optimus being a dick.
He is a dick. Faust is. They're different kinds of dicks. Yep, that's going in the record. All right, so what's next?
Yeah, Halava, you have done your cursory background search of this man.
Mr. 20-year-old commander man.
Yeah, that's some Zeke shit. Like, the only 20-year-old commander you know of is Shar Aznable.
Shit, this guy's Char Aznable in disguise. We gotta kill him.
If you think about it,
no.
Shar Aznable is just the ultimate form of nepotism. Actually, no, it'd be the opposite.
Because no one knows who he is, so he can't really have much for nepotism.
Also, he'd be dead if anybody knew who he was. So
You say that, and Caecilia literally confronted him. He said yes, and then nothing happened.
well, I mean, yeah, that's because. Oh right.
Yeah, because the zombies are idiots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big dum-dums. Big
Dum-dums.
stupid heads. Hey, so I guess Faust is gonna make her way over to Halva, because he's been in there for like 20 fucking minutes. And he said he'd be helping them in a minute.
It's
So
S-I...
Faust makes her way up to Halva's cockpit,
S-H...
kind of moves in, just types in his name.
Oh, thank you. I was about get, I was about to make an emergency call just to find out this guy's name.
His name is quite odd. So yeah, she puts it in, and I guess the file comes up, and Faust is like,
You say with the
Commander,
commander whose name is Matro Nash
yeah,
and Holla Boy.
yeah, this guy's weird. And Faust Goethales, fucking named after a book, and her last name is weirdly suspicious to the writer's name of said book. But yeah, no, Faustina looks at his file, and she's like, Commander, that's him. She seems a little annoyed.
I remember out of character. Does it ever explain why the hell he's promoted so early, so young?
You know, I just
Or was
sort
it?
of assumed new type fuckery.
I mean, that tracks.
ESP powered his way into an early promotion.
Seems legit.
Alright, how's the inspection going? Anything I need to help with?
It's a lot of what is it? Cigarettes, pornography, and strange dietary supplements so far. Nothing of major concern. But there's a whole lot of shit to search.
You look at the podcast history. Joe Rogan.
Oh god, they're just gonna come back as a bunch of
Hey,
troglodytes.
Holla, yeah, Courage asks you, Holla, what's a podcast?
Oh god. Oh no. Oliver is actually going...
Podcasts don't exist yet.
They... You mean the... Yeah.
Yeah, but Frost's, yeah, Swappy's internet just died. Let's wait a minute.
Yeah, let's wait a minute.
So how's the episode going? I think this is it was a pretty neat concept.
Entertaining. I enjoy whenever we rub up against like real canon.
You accidentally run into important people without realizing it.
Right?
Hello.
There we go.
I was also making the joke because porn dietary supplements,
A nutrient supplement.
Yeah. I just need to find some raw elk. I've got the whole trifecta.
Yeah, it also had a really corny name, Matro.
Love it. Probably a terrible pun.
No, it's just Jupiter juice. You just rhymed it with Jupiter.
That's that makes sense.
It's not even juice.
I assume it's for juicing.
all of a sudden, a million...
Yeah, all of a sudden,
thousands of miles
false.
away, there's a boy who is finally home, drinking his Jupiter juice, and is never going to the Earth sphere again.
Damn, Beef would hate that. He wanted to go to Earth so bad.
You know what? So much shit happened to Beef. He got in a lot of beef, let's say.
That was awful. You should feel shame.
I am.
Good.
Hello.
Swappy, you good? think that is.
Hello.
There we go.
Ooh,
Hello.
hi.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi's acting weird. Give me a sec. Everything is out of whack. Alright, so Faust was looking at his file, saw age 20 commander. Seems a bit annoyed by this. Because this guy joined. She's like, okay, maybe this guy's as smart as me. He joined before the war, and Faust joined after the war broke out. But it's still kind of odd that he's ranked 20. He's 20. He's age 20 and a commander.
We just gotta do better, get promoted faster. Definitely nothing else going on. That'd be crazy.
All right, time to become a commander at age and by next year.
What? That's only a 2-rank promotion. Boss, all you need to do is die.
True. No, because if I die before he dies, he's gonna get more higher ranked than me. If he dies later than me, clearly, I gotta become a commander real quick. But yeah, no, she seems like a little like, at age 20 commander, but brushes it off. She says, "It seems he's legit. It seems he's part of the Federation." So his story adds up.
Not sorry, Halva is going to use his sort of keypad real quick. I'm not sure what to call the, like in the mobile suit they have those pads that like open the communicators.
Console?
Yeah, the console. I'd have to get an image, but yeah, he opens the console real quick. Courage, how's it looking up there?
Very tube-like, Chief.
Is it helium?
It's certainly a helium tank.
You know what? Thank you for your continued work. He closes the comms. We
All
really
in the
should
name of the Federation.
fucking instant courage as your commanding officers. We order you to open fire on the helium tank.
He kind of looks over to Faust. Hey, we're gonna have to do another check on the helium tanks on the way out.
Understood.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. She pops out the cockerel, jumps off the cockpit, kicks herself off. I guess, unless there's gravity, but I assume there's not. So back to Metro to report the news. Yep, she comes back. It seems we've finished. Metro Halva has finished his background check. This Captain of Shirako is indeed Federation.
All right. Does this guy's super accelerator curve seem weird to Matro at all, or because he's old EFSF, where like this is an organization that's been stewing in its own like.
Could you start from the top? I didn't quite hear.
I'm just gonna say this. This guy getting promoted so fast just probably seems pretty weird to Matro too. But there's nothing like specifically. There's no like nothing that's specifically wrong. It's like, well, that seems super fucking weird, but I've got like nothing to go off of to be any more suspicious than that. Much like the mobile suit thing before, it's like these are all like unusual, but nothing is like out of line so far. It feels
Correct.
Okay.
You brought up courage, so I was really confused.
Mean to if I did. I may have just said the wrong name. I flub that sort of thing all the time. So, alrighty. Yeah, Matt really doesn't have anything much to add to the conversation. He'd carry on the search at this point. And it's all going in his big book of shit seems fucky in the Federation military and doesn't know how to process that. But we'll deal with that eventually, or possibly just keep repressing it. Whatever seems more unhealthy.
I deal with my problems by becoming part of the problem.
Yeah, pretty much. Just
Very well then. Yeah, is there anything else you'd like to look for specifically? Or are you done here?
honestly, it doesn't seem like there's anything like high enough level to be worth us stopping this ship any longer. So
We pass by a hangar, and inside the hangar, as the camera zooms in, is the fucking Masala.
That doesn't exist yet.
Give it a couple years. It's the super secret prototype that don't totally existed. That's way too advanced for its times.
what is this, Thunderbolt?
Exactly.
Zeta Gundam in the 1 Year War moment.
So true. But yeah, no, first, I guess we're gonna go leave. Faust says, "Are we done here? Or would you like to continue inspecting the ship?"
I mean, presumably Matra would want to finish searching the ship. I doubt there's going to be anything too interesting. But yeah, because
All right,
there's a
let's
whole lot of
keep
ship
look.
to search.
Let's keep looking. See if we stumble. Let's see if we get our another Scooby Doo plot.
In the
This is
interest of time,
There's a guy
you
dressed up
find
in the
nothing.
Zaku.
now we're really gonna see who the Zaku is. That's General Jamitov.
Gundam, but
I would have
it's formatted like a Scooby-Doo episode.
Scooby Doo. I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling pilots.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, you don't find anything.
All right.
Real no.
I guess we report back to Mr. Optimus over here, and give him a salute. Say, all right, you can go on ahead. Faust is looking this man dead in the eye.
Yeah, well, Fox, your gaze washes over him.
Yeah. Damn. It's unfortunate. She's a she's a side story character, and he's the main character story. Oh well, yeah. Faust just leaves the room with presumably Macho and whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Macho and
Once we
Oliver.
conduct our inspection,
My mind
we're just gonna hang
completely
about.
That's a really funny bit. Foss forgets Halaba's name.
and Faust forgets Oliver's name from time to time.
Matro
So
and the other guy.
Not sure the other guy whose name escapes me at the moment. It's like this is the first time it happens in an episode, but if you listen to the fucking radio audio dramas, like it's Anacasia Radio Academy or whatever the hell, it's just like common for Faust to forget his name. Yeah, I guess they leave and we're gonna go take a look at the hydrogen tanks on our way out.
Sure, you are allowed helium, actually.
Oh, helium, yeah. All right, inspection roll or what?
They are gas tanks. There's nothing weird about them.
There's absolutely gas tanks. I shoot it. Just kidding. uh,
Yeah. You cause a
yeah.
paradox, and you start to fade from
Nick,
a distance.
Nick, you've caused a time paradox. It's the fucking just the Metal Gear 3 game over screen. Anyway, yeah. We waved the ship on through, I guess.
Yep.
What an
That,
interesting commander. I'm sure he will not do anything in come 7 years.
and you see another Columbus class.
Okay, one more look. Will we do this one together or will we split up?
I don't think this thing is gonna need more than 2 people. It should be good if 2 of us are on lookout. Or
All right. Let's go. She motions for Helva to follow her.
All right. He
And, you know,
If those two are gonna go search, then Courage and I can like stick back and make sure there are no other ships trying to come through the area. I don't want to have
Very
everyone
well.
loaded on one ship and then someone else just goes blazing by.
yeah. All right, Faust opens up her radio comms. This is Lieutenant Junior Faust. Junior Lieutenant Faust of the Federation Forces. You have been selected for a random inspection before you enter Side 6 airspace. Please come to a halt
I feel like
and
Faust is like
prepare to be
reading this
boarded.
off a like index card.
Yeah, just see her eyes glancing over to the little index card. She can't be bothered to remember. Like she could remember it. She's just done. She's just like,
Nah.
This is not worth my attention. I'm not
this is
memorizing.
not worth my time, dude. I should be doing something else. Not fucking cargo inspection. But all right, whatever. It's what the Federation orders. It's what our fucking company, not company. It's what our government has ordered us to do. Great use of Federation. Great use of Federation heroes. So,
Hey, you don't have that much notoriety.
yeah. All right, Faust. Reads her little index card to the guy who's the captain of the ship. What's this guy look like?
They have not calmed you yet.
Oh, respond. Fucking. Are you? Faust goes. Attention, Columbus class vessel. Are you reading the? Are you reading me?
Now
You
the
have
comm
been.
feed opens up and you see a man smiling. Yes. Can I help you?
Faust. Okay. Inspection roll. Fucking keen and whatever the fuck to see.
Empathy.
Keen and empathy. Shit. What's my empathy at? Still got a fantastic one in empathy. I got a 4. Threshold is 6. I got 3 successes. This guy is so suspicious. Even Faust can realize it.
Yes.
Faust squints, turns to Halava, motions to like be ready for anything, and repeats what she asked. What repeats her little, index card written on her like fucking arm. For them to stop, that they have been selected for an inspection, and to prepare to be boarded.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. We'll halt immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Halva's
She
going
turns to
to.
Halava, make sure they stop.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, Metro?
He's going to open comms real quick. The not open comms, but Metro. We're gonna need you down here. I think there's going to be an issue with this one.
Understood. Yeah, I'll join on the inspection to get Courage to. You want Courage to cover the ship then?
Yeah.
What does Courage's suit have equipped for a weapon?
You currently have let's see. To the stat sheet. Metro, you have a bazooka and a cannon. No, wait. Why is it?
Like the cannon would be a holdover from the old ball, probably.
I think I just wrote your stat sheet wrong.
Oh, fair enough.
Because there's no Vulcans on it.
Ah, should get one of those added. Sweet.
Yeah, she has a beam spray gun.
All right, I'm pretty confident on that thing's ability to take out the engines on a
On a Columbus, yeah, it'd
Columbus
be so
without
easy.
like massive collateral. Because if something goes wrong, I need her to stop this ship, but I need her not detonate the ship because I'm on this ship. If that makes sense.
No, she has sufficient firepower for something like
Yeah.
that.
Also, actually, Courage could probably do it with the beam saber too, for that matter. Be a little more clinical. More important, safer for us on board. So I will in turn open comms to Courage and say that I'm joining the inspection. Make sure this ship doesn't get up to anything suspicious. If it does, disable it, and then
Yes, sir.
call for Marines from the Rio.
All right. Time for the Gundam and the gym to get inside.
Yep. Two gyms and a Gundam all go into this hangar. It's now much more cramped.
Short crab. We gotta.
There are 5 shuttles in here
Until
and a bunch of cargo.
What kind of shuttles?
Standard Federation standard issue, like they're just shuttles.
Federation? Is this a Federation ship or a civilian ship?
It's a civilian ship. I don't know. I don't remember what civilian shuttles look like.
You mean like shuttles approved by like the fucking FAA, basically?
Yeah, like they're regular ass shuttles.
Okay. Anything else? I'm gonna roll a keen and investigate. See if there's anything suspicious in this hangar.
It sure is packed.
It's really packed. This isn't like a civilian ship. And even if
It
they
is.
were, why would they need this many? I mean, no, I mean this isn't like a how do I put it? Like a cruise ship or whatever the fuck, to take people from one colony to another. So why would they need so many personnel shuttles? So keen, I'm gonna roll a keen and investigate if that's okay.
Sure. Eddie, -2 because this was your first time ever doing this sort of thing.
-2, you said?
Yes.
So I had to, okay, so if it's a -2, I have to roll 7, and I rolled 5.
2 successes.
3 successes actually.
Yeah, so you realize that boy oh boy, there's this hangar's pretty cramped with all these shuttles in here. They could do to use a few less of them, maybe lose 1 or 2 of them.
Turns to Macro. I believe as the expert on inspections, this is a bit this is a bit too many shuttles aboard this vessel.
It does seem unusual. Is there anything different about these shuttles? Do they look like just standard models, just more of them than they should have?
Yeah, like it's not more than they should have. There's no like maximum like
Yeah,
on
so I just
paper
mean like
requirement.
more than seems
More,
normal for this size.
yeah, like a
It-
common
and it-
sense. Like,
It's an excessive amount of shuttles.
Okay.
all right, okay, this is weird.
4, like 3 regularly. 4 if you want to be safe, but 5? You don't need 5.
This is suspicious. This is weird. Are there any crates in here, or is it just these shuttles?
No, this like hangar is fucking shit's like full.
Filled with like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
All right, we're all right. Faust,
like
is gonna get it.
like the Columbus from earlier was not this full of cargo.
All right, which is weird.
If we get out of our suits, is it possible for us to maintain radio communication with Courage?
Yeah, you're okay. Remember this. Your normal suits have radios in them.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you cannot talk to each other in a vacuum.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure on the range on them, basically.
It's enough.
Okay.
I think
That
Faust
was
is gonna
my
stay
only
for.
concern there. So
I think Faust is gonna stay in the Gundam and like keep surveying the ship, see if there's any like cargo that looks a bit too weird. Maybe something he would be familiar with working at, Jaburo, mobile suit development program. There could, cargo that would contain parts for something the ship probably shouldn't have on them right now. You get me?
Hmm. Oh. Um. Max or Holloway, you get out of your mobile suits while Faust remains inside the Gundam. We'll take a look around.
Right. Do the same SOP as before. Dog the hatch, and there's a lot of people, a lot of crewmen in here. Is it fairly sparse?
It's fairly sparse this time.
Okay. Well, I'll
Is the guy
approach
who's
the
gonna
deck
greet us?
and see if anyone like moves forward to who appears
You
in
see,
charge of this.
you see two people come out, both in blue overalls.
All right.
One's carrying a clipboard. The manifests. He hands it to you, Metro.
I'll
You
take a
know, the guy from the first case of Phoenix, right? The
No,
guy
I've
who
never
turns
seen
out to
that.
be I gotta find him. But I'm imagining that's what the guy who's coming
The
out to greet
tutorial
us looks like.
case?
Yeah, from the tutorial game. The guy who turns out to be the murderer.
right.
I forgot what his name is. It's a pun on his fucking
Oh,
Mr. saw it. That's what was his name. The pun is that he was like the first witness that you have to cross-examine, and he turns out to do it. So Phoenix is like, Mr. saw it, more like Mr. done it, and then has a mental breakdown. It's great.
He has a mental breakdown.
Yeah,
It
this is
is
what the
great.
guy is. This is what the, yeah, no, it's I love Phoenix right mental breakdowns. It's fucking hilarious. But yeah, this is what this is what I'm imagining the guy greeting us looks like.
Right. Yeah, I'll take the manifest from him and
Get
give
it?
it a quick once over and see, you know, see if it looks
It is.
up to
This
stuff.
ship is carrying flour and wheat seed.
Flour and wheat seed. Okay.
That seems like a bit too much for flour and wheat seeds. Is there even a truck in here?
Well, when you're in a spaceport, you don't. The gravity isn't there, so you just sort of need to move the crate.
So these all in, like big hopper bins, or how is this stuff being transported? Or is it like standard shipping containers?
It's standard shipping containers.
Okay.
The boxes.
Oh, fair enough. And where did this ship come from according to the paperwork they gave me?
Side 6.
Oh, okay, so just across the just across the way, as it were.
Yes.
All right. I guess we'll
Yes,
start
you
sifting
did
through.
it.
It's kind of a bastard to search for contraband in
We're
flour and
gonna find
grains.
like we're gonna find like cocaine. Like it's
Possibly.
hard. Like the flour is not flour. It's cocaine.
Uh Actually, that reminds me. We have one advantage here in that we have giant suits or giant
Can I
robots, basically.
shake? Can I
Because
shake
one
one
way
of
to
the
check
crates?
through this is just like grab a pole and like prod through it, which is really hard to do, as an individual person on foot. But with a giant robot suit, you can probably just like
Hey,
you have
we're
the
originally
strength to
constructed
push through.
equipment.
So yeah, I guess
Using your M4 to basically a plow the fields.
yeah.
We've returned to the first principles.
All right. So I guess is Nash gonna tell Faust to go prod these things with a stick?
Basically, it's one of the most efficient ways to search through a yeah, like grain or flour and stuff like that. Probably the
All
easiest way
right.
to search
That
search
was
through it. And
Does,
Matro will probably just do his standard search in the standard hidey holes that are not the cargo itself. And I also like to check out those shuttles.
You know, the
What
teacher
order would
asked
you
when we
like
were
to
looking
have?
at a plane, what corrosion is this? All the students got it wrong. You know who got it right? This guy.
I'll probably start with the shuttles, just because that was the first thing that twigged onto us as being a little outside the norm.
Oops, I wasn't muted. My bad. All right, Faust takes stick, begins to wait. Doesn't that mean we have to open the crate? Because you said we have to like use the pole to like I guess sift through the grain and shit.
Yeah. Okay, first things first. Matro in the shuttle. Halaba, what are you doing?
Hey, Matro's in the shuttle. Oliver, I want to say that he is probably standing close to the gym itself. Probably he's either poking around or is there anybody else in here besides the three of us?
There is the two people who handed you the manifest, and no one else.
All right, that is suspicious as fuck. Yes, can he do just a quick investigate or keen awareness to see if there's anybody else in this room or see if there's anything which they missed the first go about.
Keen awareness. Go ahead.
Okay, just nothing in specific. So okay, that's still 2 successes.
Halava. There are several doors, and it's technically a balconied hangar. Like you can get to 2 different floors from this room, and since it's 0G, it's pretty easy to move up between the floors.
Mm-hmm.
In the doors, you keep seeing movement. No one ever comes out.
Oliver's gonna kick himself off the wall, position himself just right outside of like the open cockpit of his gym, in view of Matro too, in case anything happens. I don't like the feeling of this place, y'all.
Something definitely feels up.
I concur. Faust
Faust,
agrees.
look at the doors in case anything happens. But I think
Faust, Faust begins to look at the door, presumably as she opens the crate and starts using a mobile suit-sized rod to start shifting through the grain. Use the
It
beam, right? Use
sure is
the
green.
hyper bazooka. Use the hyper bazooka. The whole hyper bazooka. The fucking just technician team. Why is there flour inside the fucking hyper bazooka? Don't worry about it.
A practical joke.
Yes. Yeah. Faust is gonna keep an eye on that door then, or the doors that have suspicious movement.
Very well then. Matro, you go inside this shuttle. It is absolutely chocked full of pinups. Uh, you work where you are a soldier. People get lonely on ships, but this is excessive.
Is it excessive?
Very
Why is
much
there
so.
so much anime up here?
Yeah, I'll check, make sure they're not using those to like cover up any.
Thatcher having to fucking watch his step because there's pinups on the fucking floor.
Well, what up and down is all relative, I suppose. Yeah, I'll search because I don't know. I'm wondering if maybe there'd be stuff hidden behind any of these things or like false panels or anything like that. So I will conduct a search of this.
I'd like you to roll me keen and investigate.
Keen and investigate. One moment here. Oh, that will succeed dead on. So 1 success.
1 success. You don't find any hidden panels. However, you've been around on the block for this sort of thing. You check underneath. the car seats. You pop those suckers open. Right under there. You find 2 sidearms. Not Federation standard issue. Not Xeon standard issue. These are civilian sidearms.
Okay. How illegal is that in this context?
Would you like to take a closer look?
Sure.
It's a revolver and an automatic. Both have the serial numbers filed off.
Hmm. Yeah,
Bitch.
I'm going to turn on my radio comm and try and get a hold of Courage.
Connection's still pretty good. Yes, Lieutenant?
Contact the Rio. I think we need a full team of Marines over here. Somebody's trying to smuggle defaced firearms. We're only one shuttle in so far.
Very well, sir. Do you want me to give you an ETA when they get back to me?
Please.
Be back with that as soon as possible, sir.
I guess I'll take the 2 pistols so far. I need like a duffel bag or something at this rate.
They're loaded.
Okay.
Lieutenant Haliva will say over comms.
You're in. I thought you were in the shuttle with them.
Oh.
Oh, no, you're near the mobile suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I imagine he heard that interaction as well.
So just
Or is
Faust.
it just between...
Yeah, there'd be no reason I wouldn't key you guys into that, so that makes sense.
Alright. I won't advise giving away our suspicions until the Marines get here.
Understood. Yeah, I'll actually, that's a very good point. I'll stick those 2 pistols back under the seat and continue my search.
Go to the other seed. Another 2 pistols.
Aha.
You look at another seat, and there's 3 pistols now.
No, you go to the back seat. That's just straight up an assault rifle.
I'm actually going to store that one right next to the door temporarily in case this goes bad and I can't get back to my suit. Yeah, this seems like like
Looks
2
like a
guns. Okay,
manif-
so someone's up to some criminal shit. Maybe has some guns on them. Guns under every seat. I'm pretty sure we're dealing with guys you're planning on doing a little bit of light piracy, or
a mob or something.
yeah, right. Like this is a more
Organized
serious
crime.
organization. So, okay.
Yeah, the manifest said from Von Braun, and that's never good.
Yeah, so I'll continue my search of this one, and then trying not to give anything away, I will continue my search of the other shuttles. Once this one's wrapped up, I'll take an inventory of like weapons found.
You do the same trick for the another shuttle. You don't find a gun this time. You find bundles upon bundles of tickets to and from colonies.
That's interesting as well.
Like a suspicious amount of like travel tickets.
Gotcha. I'm beginning to worry if we're dealing with our if we're going to be dealing with more of like the FSF or something like that. Like if this isn't just criminals, this might be like another like terrorist organization, or I guess those aren't terrorists, they're ex-freedom fighters. I don't know, it gets complicated. Either way, something that like
Guerrillas.
to facilitate
Guerrillas.
people moving between guerrillas. There it is.
A nice semi-neutral term.
Yeah, slightly less loaded term. Okay, so that one is there like a theme on where all these tickets are leading, or like how many we have from like column A to column B that gives me rough numbers, or is it just a shitload of tickets?
They
So it's hard to
are
check.
so the way I imagine it, it's sort of like a train ticket. They're not to a location; they're on a line.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And rough numbers on these, or is it just like a
I'm gonna put it
non-specific
this
shitload?
way: if you stack them on the ground, they'd reach your chest.
Okay, no, fair enough. Same thing again. I'll stash those back where I found it, playing dumb like I didn't find things, and carry on my sweep, because now I'm just playing for time, right, until the Marines arrive.
You hear a Kurd say, "Hey, the Reaver will be here in 30 minutes."
30 minutes. All right. I think it'd be best. Fuss is gonna go on comms quietly. So I think it'd just be best, Lieutenant. I think it'd be best for us to just contain the ship and wait for the crew to arrive and wait for the Marines to arrive.
Yeah, I think you may be right. Try and
Yeah.
get the rest of us back to our suits as quietly
I'm
as
gonna s-
possible.
I'm gonna spend
Bosses are.
a narrative point.
I have a question. Has anyone moved from the opening or the boss has been looking at?
I Faust. One thing I just said I'm gonna spend a narrative point. Matchray, you
Oh,
hear a knock on the door. It's the man from earlier. He says, "Is everything all right?"
So far, so good. As I lie like a rug.
You to roll me charm and deception.
Yeah, I figured
you
that.
might want to like put the gun back.
I did. I put. Oh well, I was in the first shuttle, so I should
That was
be
the
okay.
second shuttle.
Oh, you're in the second. Okay.
Yeah. I might spend a plot point here just to give myself a better chance at passing this, because I don't want the jig to eat me up quite this moment.
Very well then.
That gives me work with an 8. Let's see how this goes. Oh boy. Poor Matros, too honest, too pure. Not even a little bit. That's a fail by 2 degrees.
Would you like to attempt a reroll?
I'd say that this is important enough for another 2 narrative points if you want to use them, but that's just me.
Oh yeah, because I'd have to burn it again to.
No, no.
Yeah, what
I just for rerolls, I just say you just like just roll the dice again.
Sure.
Same.
I will burn a reroll and see how this goes. Oh, there we go. That'll pass with 3.
3 successes. He says, so I wouldn't want to make you waste too much of your own time. I am sifting through our boring flour and such. His smile's a little strained.
Mr. Spy. More like Mr. Didn't.
Listen, this is still better than being cooped up in the cockpit for a few hours. This won't take too much longer, then we'll let you be on your way. I just have to
Very well, then.
finish my cursory check, and I'll like. I'm trying to put on the air of I'm just trying to kill time, because I'm not particularly interested in anything I'm going to find. I'm trying to give the hint that I believe there's nothing suspicious
Yeah.
going on.
Like fucking. Hey man. Border Patrol's pretty boring.
Yeah, you give off that air of like nonchalance, but I got to check my boxes, so I'll get through this shit as fast as I can. Basically,
Yeah, thanks.
Just yelling.
Yeah, for the recording, could you like say that out loud, please, Tired?
Yeah, Oliver yelling, "Did you get the illegal firearms they're storing? The Marines are on their way."
Just fucking buries her face into her palms and is just like.
That's not canon. That is not canon.
Not
not canon.
It's just a
Okay.
joke.
That's
It's not
SD.
Alright. Just a bit.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, it was part of the bit.
Actually, you know what? This gives me opportunity because he's coming. Like, see how it's going. So you know what? I think I've seen enough. We'll let you guys get on your way again, and I will like go to move past him to head towards my mobile suit.
Metro. I like your roll keen awareness.
Oh, let's see how this goes. Keen awareness. Something I'm actually good at. Not with that roll though. Oh, the dice don't like me. That's failed by 2.
Killed
You
by
might want to
2.
use.
Hot Fost. You notice the guy who went to the shuttle that Mattress is at has his hand in the back of his shirt.
Goldfish.
Near the bottom though.
Okay, so his hands are in his shirt. You said.
Yes, the bottom of it.
All
Almost
right.
near the pants.
You know what? Yeah, why not? Faust is gonna point her mobile suit machine gun, her wrist mount machine gun at the guy. Because there is no type of intimidation like overkill. And she says, "Put your hands in the air."
The moment you do that, hey Halava, you're still outside your mobile suit.
He's basically standing. You know the how the gym has the door. He's basically standing on the door while the cockpit's open.
Yeah, think fast. I'd like you to roll dodge.
Yep.
Here's your dodge roll.
It looked cool in my head. I knew that was gonna like bite me in the ass. What's
It makes it seem more dramatic.
exactly? That's exactly. It's not idiocy.
Yeah, I'd like you to roll me poise and acrobatics.
Oh, poise.
You're in 0G.
7.
That's the dodge roll. You're in 0G and you're not in your mobile suit. That is the dodge roll.
I know.
Come on, Moon Boy, you STEM zero. You've lived in space longer than like me and Macho.
Yeah.
Know how to do this.
No. Holiva is by all means still a space noid. He has rolled a 4 out of 7, which is 4 successes.
Oh, excellent. Oliva, you noticed from the window, from the doors you were looking at earlier, people with rifles are now popping out.
He hops inside of his mobile suit.
You physically hear the rounds plinking on the mobile suit and ricochet. It ricochets inside your mobile suit, but you are not hurt.
Macho, get to cover now. I'm going to contact the Rio. Voss, do what you can.
Matro, you see a 100mm or machine gun point behind this guy, and suddenly you see him start to draw a sidearm from the back of his pants.
I'm gonna try and dive and tackle him. Like one arm going to control his pistol arm, and the other I'm gonna try and like grab him by the shirt collar and slam him into the side of the shuttle.
Okay, then I'd like you to either roll grit and acrobatics or grit and fight.
I think this will be a fight because I am not an acrobatic man.
He's got the dad bod.
And if it's all right, I'd like to burn one more point because I feel like I don't want to let this guy get his gun to clear.
Yeah, he will shoot you.
Yeah, so I'm going to spend one more point. Sorry, I'm drawing real deep on that shared resource. Oh, god damn it! The dice hate me. That's a fail by 1.
Would you like to use another narrative point?
I'd like to, but then I'll have used
pretty sure
4 in a
you could-
row.
I mean,
This is
You
pretty
are the
important,
most
I'd say.
exposed person right now.
I suppose everyone else is in a
Right.
mobile suit right now.
We're all-
I will, in fact.
we're we're pretty much, unless these guys have a mobile suit hiding so hard, we're pretty much like
Vulnerable.
yeah. Unless they have
Yeah,
like some sort of anti-MS round, but
that's a fair point. I will, in fact, re-roll that.
No,
or
you
do
can
you
just
want to
use
re-roll? You
a
can just yeah, you
rewrite
can
or
just
retroactive.
Oh, yeah, I
you
guess
can
either
just
one. I actually rolled the dice and rolled a 9, so it comes out the exact same. I guess,
all right.
or no, I suppose a 9 would be, yeah, 1 success. So I feel after I rolled the dice, I have to commit to it. So fortunately, it all worked out the same. Cool.
It could have, however, worked out much worse.
Yes. Yeah. No. That's my limited. Me not thinking things through, and fortunately, the dice didn't decide to just absolutely ruin my day.
Fuck you over.
Yeah, it's like karma's gonna give you one today, Matro. Just one. That's enough.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
Yep. So as you're wrestling, if you wanted to push him up against the wall,
Yeah. I want to slam him into the side of the shuttle and control his arm going for the gun.
very well then. As you start to wrestle him, you're overpowering him. You just hear him say "fucking pig."
It's like, damn. Well, I was just like holding you up because you were doing the one thing you really shouldn't do when you're in front of an officer or a fed. And now you guys really screwed yourselves over. Yeah, these guys are fired, right?
Huh?
The guys shooting at us
What
with
about?
guns.
Yeah.
They're
What about
shooting
him?
at us, right? They're
Yes.
clinking. All right. So I'm gonna open comms to Courage and say, Courage, tell the Rio to make it here. We've been fired upon. Matro is currently apprehending us. Me and Haliville will be keeping him safe.
Understood, ma'am.
Yeah, no, Faust is going to now
Excellent.
slowly turn to the guys firing at them. You know, give them the classic random stare when you got when when they
That's the
go
old
around.
bleeding sound.
Yeah, the whole bleam sounds like when they hit you with that dollar store ammunition, so you have to hit them with that Gundarium stare.
Have I got control of this guy currently, or is it still like an ongoing?
Yeah, you are currently up against. You're currently against the wall, and you have his right hand up. He still is holding the gun, though.
Okay. Because I was going to, yeah. If I had control of the situation, I'd like tell him to order those guys to stand down because they're not going to survive very long against a mobile suit. But if we're still in the middle of the fight, never mind, because I'm gonna have to still like win this fist fight first.
You could also, draw your own gun.
Yeah, the problem is if I take a hand off him to draw mine, it might be a problem. So it might be.
Don't worry, just get away from him. I'll handle it.
I mean, I'm in close combat with a guy. Your smallest gun's like 60 mils. You will absolutely ventilate me, or actually more than ventilate. I am going to
You
be
will
doomed.
missed. You will be
Yeah.
reduced to mist.
Like I love the enthusiasm, just not sure on the the efficacy.
Danger close, my friends. Danger close.
All right. So keep tackling that guy. Faust is gonna be hitting these whatever they are, terrorists, Xeon remnants, just thugs or whatever. She's just gonna be hitting them with Darium stare.
They're definitely not remnants. Remnants don't shoot with a handgun sideways on.
Mm.
Also, remnants aren't stupid. Usually.
Yeah, they aren't this
So, these
dumb.
guys, so they're thugs. Okay. Faust just kind of let's have a little like chuckle. I started like sideways firing, like blam blam blam. She's just like looking at Halibut
Smart.
through the intercom, which is just smirk of like, you seeing this shit, Halibut?
Halva is like breathing in and out, and he's like, is that my ear? Okay, good. That's not shot off. Oh yeah. Look at these guys trying to shoot us. Should we do something about that? Oh shit, Matro.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know
Like,
what? You guys are gonna do whatever you're gonna do because there's no way Matro is like engaged in this conversation right now. He has bigger things on mind. So
yeah,
Halva,
you just see the back. You just see the. It's like a Tomino scene where it's like, it's the camera is pointing towards the mobile suits, and there's these little cutouts of the characters, or these cut-ins of the characters at the corner of the screen, and in the background you can just see how Macho just
is fighting this
wrestling
guy.
this guy. Yeah.
Yep.
Halva is going to I don't, are we in combat or is this just narrative?
Narratively, you're in combat. However, they are on foot and you are not.
Okay, yeah, Halva is going
I
to
could just.
You can like Suletta those guys if you really, really want
Yeah,
to.
fucking Yaminasai!
I'm going
Fucking wait.
However, if you do actually do that, like you will be under psychological evaluation.
yeah, I'll leave the silhouetting to Fast because she's probably already been
Have you
there.
guys have you seen the fucking the clip from that animated movie where it's like the mafia guy like, are you making fun of me? Like I'm a clown. It's this little rhino guy. And he's like, no, sir. I oh no, and he just gets back slapped across the room. It's just that. Oh fuck.
Halva is
Suddenly an episode of The Sopranos.
I can't of it. Rhino getting slapped. All right, yeah, here.
oh my god.
Just that.
Oh god.
So anyways, Halava, you were about to do something.
Yeah, he's going to body block. He's going to move his doom forward, body block Natro, and hold his hand out.
I just have this mental image of you just like they're all shooting out the door. You just put your palm against it, like, well, nothing you can do now.
No, stop that. That's
No.
mean. False behavior.
Hey, Matro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a narrative point. The man headbutts you. You lose control of your grip slips on his hand.
Halva's going. Can Halva's spend a narrative point here too?
To do what?
Get his pistol out and just immediately point it.
You got out of the mobile suit?
No, in the mobile suit. He opened.
Why?
So like to
Why
open
does
the
your mobile
cockpit.
suit have a pistol?
Open the cockpit and like point his pistol out of it.
It's like a little Calibri pistol, but for mobile suits, where you have to hold it with your fingers.
But you can't actually like get a super good beat on these two guys.
All right, that's
You're-
fair.
Metro, you've been headbutted, and he is going to try to shoot you again.
Yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, try and kick off him and try and draw my pistol and fire back.
I'd like you to make poison firearms -2.
Okay. On dice. Ah, that minus is what did it. That'll fail by 2 then.
Would you like a reroll?
I feel like I've used so many, but yes.
I
'cause
mean, you're
I
in
don't
the
want to be
most
shot.
danger.
I'd rather not get shot. So yes, I would like to reroll.
We're chilling. We're chilling in our cockpits. You're the one who's fighting for
Ah,
his
got
life.
even worse. I went from barely failed to quite badly.
Uh-oh.
That's -5 now.
-5. Hey, Matro,
Mm-hmm.
you get fucking shot.
Yep.
I'd like you to roll me a
That's
d6.
6.
6 damage?
You rolled a 6.
Yep.
No.
The bullet goes through your right leg.
Ow.
Ow, a
How much
lot.
damage is that? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that would.
Apply 3 damage.
Okay. So it's
All
down
right.
one body before. I'm not sure what from, but it doesn't matter.
All right,
Ow.
guys.
Yeah,
You
the
ready?
D6 was to determine if you got shot, which part of your body got shot. Like if you rolled a 1, that you would have been dead because it goes through the brain.
Oh, delightful. I was as least bad as I could have hoped for in that situation.
All right. Time to Yamina side this bitch.
You
Yamina
may,
side.
Matro, you may now attempt the same roll on firearms to try to shoot him back.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and shoot this guy. So am I still at a -2 then?
Yes, not because of the quick reaction, because you've been fucking shot.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Would you like to
Uh,
use a narrative point to give yourself +2?
yes, I would actually, because the son of a bitch shot me, and I'd like to shoot him back. Damn it! Ah, sorry. That's an 8. So that's a fail by 1.
Would you like to use a narrative point?
Yeah, I'd like to just hit the son of a bitch. If nothing else, it means he's less likely to be able to shoot me.
You shoot him in the arm, holding his right arm. He drops his gun.
The
You may,
unload on him.
yeah, you may now finish him.
Uh no, I'm going to like adjust my aim so it's right between his eyes and like tell him call him off or how to put this. Call them off or you're all gonna end up dead.
To add to the threat, Faust raises her fist, her mobile suit fist. Like she's gonna turn these guys into paste.
You suddenly feel the transport start to lurch forward again.
Immediately, Holiva is going to Courage. It's time. Shoot the fucking. Shoot the bridge.
Oh,
The bridge, not the engine.
You
go
hear,
engine.
Oh, God.
you hear,
Halva don't mess around. Halva's like, nah, fuck you guys.
Holida's like we've been. It's like they fired upon officers. Time to execute American-style justice of instant death.
you hear a a loud explosion far off, and then you hear something crash into the transport. You don't know what.
That's not good potentially.
Courage. Do you copy?
Yes, engine. Her wings are clipped, and her engine and her bridge is destroyed.
Good job, Courage. That was too close for our liking.
All right. Okay. Yeah, we just blew up the bridge. Decision.
What's this guy doing?
Seething.
Last chance.
Hoping even.
You see him look at the gun. He goes for it.
Fucking
All
shoot
right.
him if he tries. Am I
Stop
still?
resisting.
Is he still? Am I still at a minus for being shot?
No, you have him.
Dome him.
Yeah, you put one through his eye.
Yeah, I drop him.
Um. Hey, Faust, Halava. In the
Yeah.
commotion of Courage destroying the bridge, several of the crates have come undone.
Uh-oh.
There are unmarked bags full of white grain-like substance floating about now. They are unmarked.
Drugs! Oh,
Thank
yeah.
God, I thought.
The Marines are gonna have a field day with this.
Oh, they're gonna kill so many of these guys.
They're gonna shoot down so many of these guys. It's gonna be awesome.
It's not like the Sicilian mob is a match for, Royal Marine Commandos.
Yeah, for the fucking U.S. Navy. All right. So, I suppose are any of the crates like unhinged coming at anyone that or is it a danger or is there now just
They are flying, everything's flying everywhere now.
yeah, I guess shit, is anything heading towards Macho or his suit?
Yeah, Macho, you feel something bump into your shuttle. It lurches around, you lose your footing for a moment.
All right. Faust is gonna make her way to the shuttle that just got bumped, and she's going to like basically put her hand at the doorway and tell him, Macho, get on.
Understood. I will limp my way over there.
All right. Get on. He gets on Faust's Gundam hand, and she basically like covers him as if he was like I don't know a baby bird, and she just kind of like carries him over to his gem, opens up her palm, and lets him like get into the cockpit.
Yeah, as this is happening, Macho, you hear the rounds plinking off the hand.
I gotta keep him safe.
Uh,
He's my little baby bird. Like I open my palm, so whichever way the bullets are coming from, I'm like
yeah.
the hand that's on top of Macho opens up to still keep him safe from the side of any bullets.
Faust, get me to my suit. That way,
That's what she was doing. Yeah.
yeah, perfect. And then,
So like when she picks him up from the ship, she has him completely covered with like her hand on top of her other hand, shielding him. And then she leads into the cockpit. And when she has him right in front of the cockpit, she opens the Gundam's hands, so the hand that's not holding him can block any shots, so he can like safely.
excellent. Because I'm thinking I'm gonna need to get to like a med kit or something in my cockpit. Because being shot sucks,
It hurts. It hurts a lot.
right? And yeah, I don't know what else is going on, but I'd like to have like a seal between myself and a potential vacuum if these guys do anything stupid.
Speaking of something stupid,
Hey, something stupid.
Alva, you see a petite mobile suit walk out. It's carrying an autocannon.
An
This is
autocannon.
just. This is just. No, he's just a little guy. Just like. Just like. Grab the gun. Pick it up. Like.
Like taking a toy away from a toddler.
Cannon versus the petite mobile suit, and it's just the fucking gif I sent.
Alright, well, let's look here. Halva actually has shit melee skills, but I'm. What's our narrative point situation looking like?
Some asshole's been spending them a
Zero. You will
lot.
have 0 narrative points.
Sorry.
All's good. Alright, Halva's not going to do anything cool. He's going to look in the general direction of this thing and be like, God damn it, dude. Open fires with his Vulcans.
I'd like you to roll me.
Right, yeah, we're just full on, like.
Keen systems. Firearms, -3.
Wait, what's the -3 come from?
You're in an enclosed space, and you don't want to damage the ship more than you have to.
That's fair. That's also why I'm not firing the hyper bazooka or the big bazooka.
No, you would. Yeah, you would like break the spine of the ship with you inside of it.
Sorry, that would be firearms, reactor, keen.
Alright, it's just keen.
Alright, what's the fire roll?
It's the same as the shot roll. Just replace ordnance with firearms.
Sorry about that. Okay, that's one failure.
Yeah, your 60 mils start tearing up the ship around this petite mobile suit. You do not hit. It sprays back at you and hits nothing.
I make a
It
perfect
blinked off.
outline.
How small is a petite mobile suit compared to a standard one?
Allow me to put it this way. If you put two dudes on each other's shoulder, that is how tall one of these things are.
Oh.
Okay.
Halva is going to get closer then, and he's going to rip off the gun. Unless if any of y'all want to do something. Because my melee stats are shit.
I'll do it. I'll grab the gun. Yeah, Faust like puts her hand in front of Halva to make him stop shooting, and she's just gonna like move forward to basically grab the gun and disarm the petite mobile suit.
Very well. Look at her roll me grit. A grit melee attack. The one on your cheat sheet.
Melee grit. Melee grit on my sheet. Okay, that's 3d6.
3d6.
Cool. 9. 4 successes.
4 successes. You pick this thing up, and it's on a side mount. So all you really need to do is you slightly move your fingers over, and you basically shear this 20 millimeter cannon right off.
Yeah, she just kind of like she just like rips the gun away from this thing and pretty much just like uh doesn't toss it, but just moves it to the other guys who are on the presumably still firing at them with their fucking sideways sidearms. She on like the balcony. So, this guy gets up and then she just like makes it audible that her Vulcans are armed and just points it at all of them to make them basically try and drop their guns.
You hear another explosion.
Okay. Faust goes on comms.
Coming
Virgil.
from a door on the balcony part of the hangar.
Uh-oh.
And then you see EFSF Marines and normal suits burst out.
Okay, hell yeah.
Oh, that's a good explosion.
That's good. I mean, the last 2 explosions were pretty good.
And they fucking start mopping the floor with these gangsters.
It's just an absolute bloodbath.
There's only 20 of them, and there must be 50 of these guys, but the gangsters are getting their shit kicked in.
Yeah. Yeah. Faust just kind of, as the Marines enter, she just looks at Halva and Matra. It's like, seems our job here is done.
Good. This is not my style of fight.
Alright, let's get Metro to the med bay. I think that's top priority right now.
I'm
Faust
inclined to
nods,
agree.
and I guess they all exit the ship as the Marines just absolutely obliterate these fucking gangsters.
Wow,
Hey.
Macho, who knew that getting shot in the leg was your Achilles heel?
Speaking of getting shot in the leg, How are you patching this up, Metro? It hurts. The adrenaline's starting to wear off. It hurts a lot.
I assume, do we have a med kit as part of our like cockpit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
I mean, I'll attempt that, but probably wait till the Marines have like cleared this part of the ship, and I'm assuming they probably brought a medic with them. So I will like try and staunch the bleeding with my med kit, and then wait for like competent medical help.
Very well.
Because I'm not trained in medicine, but at the same time, I don't like bleeding, so I'll give it the old college try.
I'd like you to roll me poison and medicine. -1.
Okay, I need snake eyes. Oh boy, that was nearly a botch. So
If
let's
you
see.
rolled critical failure on that,
Yeah, I don't actually know what I would have done, but it would have been disastrous. So that's like -9, so not a good time. Master's failed a
Um,
lot of things today.
it's hurting so much that your hands are shaking, and you can't get a good wrap around your leg.
Okay,
You feel a bit light right now.
think I'm gonna need some help with this. Yeah. Basically,
Anyone
with
gonna
this,
do something about that?
What can we do? We're in our mobile suits, right? Best we can do is like get him to the ship, get him docked as
In his
possible.
cockpit, for example. Make sure he doesn't bleed to death in the next 10 minutes.
All right. Yeah,
say like see if the, I guess see if the Marines brought a medic. Actually, do we have radio communication with the Marines, or are they on a different like?
Yeah.
Faust radios to Marines. Do you have a medic with you?
No.
She sighs. Matro, hold that wound close as hold that wound in. Put as much pressure as you can on it. Halova, help me carry his mobile suit to Rio de Janeiro. We're gonna radio them to have a medic team ready.
Sounds good.
Well, Matra
Alright.
is probably going to be taking an unintended nap at some point during this trip.
Yeah, no, Faust is pretty much immediately grabs Matro by one side. Presumably, Halova grabs him by another side. They exit, and Faust is gonna practically move as fast as she can to
Luckily,
get
the Rio is right nearby.
yeah right there. So she, as she's approaching, as they're exiting the hangar, she radios the Rio de Janeiro control team. She says, "We need medics. We need a medical team on standby at the hangar. We have a wounded pilot."
Understood, Lieutenant. And nature of the wound?
Gunshot to his right leg. Went clean through, right? It went through, right? The bullet.
I don't
You
recall
don't
the
know.
detail actually.
You don't know. Matt Frep did not ask.
Listen, I wasn't in a condition to be asking
All right.
a
So
lot of
Faust turns
questions.
to Matro. Matro, did the bullet go through your leg?
I don't know.
Matro
Do
is
I count?
currently sleeping. Passed the fuck out.
All right, she sighs. The lieutenant has suffered a gunshot to his right leg, unknown if the bullet went through or not. He's currently passed out. We need to get him medical treatment ASAP.
Understood. Good.
All right, Halva, move as quick as you can.
Aw, man. I just realized that first I wrecked the outside mobile, so now the inside of this thing is just going to be a
Now
fucking
it's just
disaster if I
covered in
survive.
blood. It's gonna take forever to get the blood off the leather seat, dude.
You have to
However,
steal that seed out of
they're
that gum
not
goo.
gonna be angry with you because you did get shot.
This is gonna take forever. It's like somebody fucking walks into that med bay where Matro's recovering, just punches him like that's for fucking staining the leather seat, bitch. Walks out. Anyway, yeah, Faust tells Halva to put pedal to the metal basically as fast as they can, and just makes their way to the hangar.
Yeah, no.
This is Lennon Pennybun every single time you guys come back to the Rio.
It's so true. It's like, what happened here? They keep getting up to some silly nonsense. All right. Yeah, into the hangar. Dock the bay. I guess Faust and Halva are gonna drag Matro out the mobile suit, out the gym, and put him on the stretcher or whatever the med team has currently on standby for him.
Yeah, they haul his ass off.
It seems our inspection went a bit more unexpected.
It went great. We found illegal firearms,
You're
mostly with
unconscious.
myself.
You're
Yeah,
unconscious.
no, I'm not part of this conversation, or indeed probably any for a while.
Hey, Halava, you noticed something?
Hmm?
Take a look at Courage's gym.
Halva looks over to Courage's gym.
Right hand. It's just one big blood splatter.
Ah, somebody got selected.
Somebody got Yaman aside. Somebody got turned into tomato.
You know, the Dom that crushed like the three tri-stars, where the Dom just
Yeah.
crushes the plane with like its shoulder.
Yeah.
I imagine Courage just saw the like bridge and just fucking.
Punch.
That's not one person's blood.
That's the entire bridge crew. Just fucking turned to dust.
My level of sympathy would be limited if I was even aware of this.
Hollywood's going
What a
to
night.
like hold in like puking because I'm sure you saw some guts along with that, or what used to be guts. I'm sure nothing's recognizable.
It's just all red.
All red. Oh god. I was the one who gave the order, I guess. Even though she's my superior, which he like dizzily gets out of the cockpit. We did it.
Faust gives a thumbs up, basically. Probably a thumbs up that's covered in blood, Matro's blood.
And Holova does the space equivalent of passing out and falling on the floor, which is passing out and floating very
Passing
slowly.
out and just floating there. Just
Yeah.
drifting off.
Just till you bounce off a bulkhead.
Yeah. And
Courage
Faust
takes
looks at his
Halava.
thigh.
I'm
We've
gonna...
we've ended where we started. 2 people on the floor and 2 other people not on the floor.
I specifically said in time scheduling not to get shot this session.
We were not well. At least we didn't trauma dump any teenagers.
We trauma dumped Halva, I think, with paste.
Yeah, but a fucking girl bosses win again. The girl bosses win again. Alva's knocked out from stress. Matro's knocked out from blood loss. Courage and Faust are A-okay.
Yeah, speaking of Courage, she takes Halava and is like, Tenant, mind giving me a hand to getting him back to his bunk?
She once again sighs. Understood, and she grabs Halava by presumably like the legs, and they just cart him off.
Matro,
Hello.
you wake up in medical. Everything feels kind of numb.
It's been 9 years.
So this Char guy came back?
And then he went away.
Guy in Char came back. The Titans became the Federation became totalitarian. You missed a lot, man.
What a crazy dream.
And then he came back again.
Well, he had no. If it's 9 years, then it'd be 0089. He doesn't come back for another 4.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Let's not worry about this.
Fucking Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. You've been in a coma for 9 years.
Yeah, Macho, you wake up in medical.
Okay.
You you are on a lot of painkillers right now.
Well, that could have gone better.
You could still feel your leg though, so that's always a win.
Well,
I
that
just
just
the whole way
happened.
that it's like, can I move my foot?
It hurts. I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh, long as it's still, somewhat functional. Great. Still there. That's important.
You didn't lose anything. Except a
That's
lot of
good.
blood. But you can make more blood.
Yeah, that was not how I envisioned today going, I must say.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, at least we didn't like, I don't know, encounter Zeke remnants trying to smuggle in a camphor or some shit. I mean,
yeah,
still got shot.
getting shot by normal ass criminals was unexpected, but
Yeah, true. It
risk of the
wasn't
job.
You are
Well,
paid to kill and potentially die for the Federation.
True.
yeah, gotta love the military. Uh, yeah, I guess if anything, after carting Halva off, you know, I assume Courage and Faust are kind of just like sitting beside Matro, just like I don't know, Faust is like reading a magazine, sipping some water.
Yeah, you see Courage drawing.
And Faust is just like, while still
So
reading her magazine, how are you feeling, Lieutenant?
about as well as can be expected. Like I got shot. What did I miss?
Not much. Halva passed out shortly after you were taken to here. The ship filled with gangsters was thoroughly destroyed, and its contraband was taken away. And the mechanic team is currently washing the blood off your seat and from Courage's hand.
She looks at her flesh hand. Oh.
Your yes. Other than that, not much. How was the wound? Like, did the bullet go? Was it embedded? Did they have to pull it out?
Yeah, they had to do some surgery.
You had to go through some surgery. They got the bullet out. It wasn't a clean shot. Fortunately, your leg is still, as you can probably tell, you still have control of your leg, so you'll still be able to act as a pilot.
Oh, that's a relief.
How long did they say he may have to stay in here for, though?
At least a couple weeks.
Unfortunately, you will be staying here for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's not too surprising, I guess. I can't believe we lived through the war and I almost got ended by a gangster with a handgun.
Very grateful that was not the case. He stands up,
Courage
closes her
says
magazine.
it would be a pretty pathetic way to go.
Absolutely disgraceful.
Well done, all of you, on getting us out of there.
Thank you, sir.
Salutes. Kinda get well soon, Lieutenant. And she just walks off. Like, cool, he woke up, he isn't in a coma. Back
That
to
reminds
work.
me, who's got seniority between Faust and
Me.
by far.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what
So,
Courage's deal was.
for the next few
Ensign.
weeks,
She is an ensign.
So take care of the Rio team while I'm laid up, Faust.
understood.
And she just leaves the med bay.
Hey, step one on your promotion chain. Temporary though it is.
She lets out a smirk. I do have to catch up to some overambitious younger officers after all.
Natural will laugh at that.
And she leaves.
Yeah.
Probably gonna have to now do the majority of the paperwork for what
I was
happened
just
to
gonna
her
say there'll
during
be a
the.
significant amount of paperwork to be done, but I suppose that's
Yeah,
not mattress
time.
responsibility at this time.
Yeah, go sleep while I do the paperwork. Off to go do the after mission file report,
After action.
after action report, incident report.
What have you?
Eh. So, anything else, Mister Man?
Yeah, Courage walks over to you, Metro, and then it's down on the bed. Feeling any better?
I mean, better than I was when I was bleeding like a stuck pig, but still feeling pretty lousy.
She looks down at your legs. I guess those dance lessons will have to be put off for a bit.
I'm certain your feet will be grateful.
Such such is the fortunes of war, I guess.
Thought that was over. Oh well.
Never-ending war on crime. Oh,
Doesn't have quite the same feel to it.
yeah, you are right.
But thank you for getting that ship stopped.
No worries, sir. Hey,
This,
Faust. Oh, unless you
Yeah.
have something else to say.
no, I had nothing of any import. I just said it feels weird. We go into fight normally. I kill time by like going debriefing with Beffers, but that's not my problem right now.
Yeah, now it's my problem. All right, what do you got for me, Mister GM?
Yeah, so you could have talked to Beffers. He is kind of shocked it got to this point, but
Faust. Give me a sec. Let me get Faust's current face that he's looking at. He's like, Lieutenant Matro got what? And give me a sec. Give me
Alibor is great.
I've heard nothing but like glowing recommendations.
I like Pat LeBur. It's great. I love it. I was the original Pat LeBur fan on Mecha Twitter. Then somebody came and took that from me. But I was the original.
Yeah, my
But yeah,
thing
this
is
is
I.
this is
Oh yeah,
basically how Faust is fucking looking at him. She's like, yes. It's a bit shocking that the lieutenant was injured by simple gangsters, but I suppose that's the risk of cargo inspection. Every part of the military has its risks.
looks hard in thought. Maybe some time off we could request for some time off the line.
Perhaps. Though, considering the Federation, we have been doing. Thanks to herself for a bit. I suppose it was too much of an ask to the higher ups to ask for some time off the line to help the lieutenant recover, and considering our recent successes, but our recent successes have a reason for them to putting us on the line of duty, the front lines.
Yeah, I can call in a favor or two. I'll figure something out. Did Macho seem
Understood.
okay?
Yes, he's recovering just fine. His legs is suffering from some pain, but it's to be expected from the nature of his wound. He'll be in the med bay for a few weeks, but he'll be able to make a full recovery and return to piloting in a relative amount of time.
Well, that's good at least.
I
And
suppose that can. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
you can go ahead.
No. Yeah, I guess she's like. I suppose that concludes the after action report, sir.
Yeah, just get it written for me. This is the debrief. The after action report is written.
Well, yeah. She said debrief. I'll retcon it. I'll use a narrative point to retcon. Yeah. She. Would you need? Do you anything else from me, Captain?
No, nothing at the moment.
Understood. She does like a little bow, makes her way out the room.
You hear? Lieutenant.
She stops, turns around. Yes, Captain.
He's not captain. As you're leaving the room, you see someone holding a bag. Mail.
Oh,
Mail for you,
yeah.
ma'am.
She raises an eyebrow. This is weird. She barely gets mail. I see. She takes the letter from the mailman and gives it a look. Who's the address? Who's the sender?
Colony 101, gasoline.
Her eyes fucking glaze over. She's like, thank you for delivering this letter, Lieutenant. What's the guy's rank? Or
Sergeant. It's a sergeant. All right,
thank
chief petty,
you for
petty
delivering.
officer.
He's a chief petty officer?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, she nods. Thank you for delivering this letter, Chief Petty Officer. And she's gonna return to her room and open the letter and give it a very quick read.
It says, greetings, thanks, Lieutenant Faust. I hope life aboard a ship has been treating you well.
Uh-huh.
Things on the colony have been hectic since our last meeting, but but the SFS has been mostly been getting cleaned out from the colony. Best
She continued.
wishes. Best
Yeah.
wishes, gasoline.
She looks at the letter, just kind of like puts it back into its letter and just kind of tosses it aside. She'll respond to it later, but she if this guy's hoping to try and score with her, it's not gonna work. And I guess she reads the letter. She's like, it seems the colony is in better shape than when we left it. Folds it back up, puts it in the letter, puts the letter off to the side of her thing, and just starts writing her after action report. Unless there's something else in that letter that might catch your interest.
Mostly the stuff about like, yeah, how you doing?
Yeah.
Please, like, just basically asking you questions about like stuff.
Like, call me. It's like, ugh.
Stuff so you have a prompt to like write back with. Letter stuff.
Faust will get back to that later. At some point. Who knows? But first,
Potentially.
after action report, because that's more important than responding to some rich guy who's like, so what's it like on a ship?
Unprompted letter.
Yeah, or the unprompted civvy letter. Less important than the after action report. So yeah, she just started writing the after action report.
everyone, this seems like a great time to stop the episode. What a time!
Good old cargo inspection.
It went great.
Horribly. It went horribly.
I mean, it was pretty good. We met
Natural
Patrick
got
Rock.
shot.
It's fine. He didn't die.
It was real close though.
It was close. It could have gone better, but we made it all through. So I consider that a success. We also met Paptimus Shirako, who was completely disinterested in us. We'll blow him up later.
No, you will not.
That will be Camille's Camille, my fellow autist, my fellow mobile suit autist. It's up to you now.
Camille, currently 10 years old.
Currently 10 years old in a colony like on the other side of space. It's up to you, young one. Yeah, no, Faust.